We're live.
Hi, welcome to News and Nonsense. I'm Aquia Jamfi, aka Auntie AK, aka the Auntie of all Aunties, and I'm here with.
I'm Farrah, your resident Caribbean queen.
I'm Nana, aka the Black Fairy, aka Dark and Lovely.
Hi guys, welcome to News and Nonsense. This is where we bring you the news that we found for the week to help you decipher what's going on. We separate the wheat from the chaff, the diamond from the rough, the sap from the crap, help you know what you need to know from what you don't need to know. Guys, don't forget to, what do they need to do?
Please hit that like button now, book it on entrance, and say hello as well. Give us a big hello in the chat. And hopefully we'll have like Bardi Gang and Yvonne White and Fatima in the house.
Bardi's at a wedding. Bardi's at a wedding today.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'll do quick roll call for people that were in here straight away. We have Shirt is in the house, Sora is here, and C as well. I don't know. Oh, and then we've now got Oda is in the house as well. Hello, guys.
Hello.
Oh gosh, I forgot to turn off the things.
We have Luminescent Dreams just dropping in as well.
I want
Remember to share this, guys.
I want Luminescent Dreams. Guys, I need you to help me. When I'm tired, I scratch and I fiddle. So I need you to shout, "Stop scratching!" I
mean, it's okay. I do that all the time. I literally say that to you all the time.
I know you do. It's helpful. It's like a twitch/tired thing. Because they say that once you start an itch, then your body wants you to itch. It's like and it becomes psychosomatic. And mine's definitely related to tiredness. And then once I trigger myself, I find it really hard to stop. I think it's probably a bit of a twitch, at this point. But anyway, so help me, guys. I'm trying to wean myself off it without going into therapy.
Ronald is joined the chat.
Hey, Ronald. Hey, Yvonne.
Yeah.
Hi, Yvonne. How are you? I hope you're not tired. And the thing is, you had a late night last night. That means you can't keep us up tonight. It's impossible. It's none of freezing.
Yvonne says, "Have I?"
Are you?
Not for me.
You're not freezing, are you? Can you hear
us?
I
have messaged a group chat though because I need something.
Is this me?
Am I?
You're
frozen?
freezing. No, Aquarius frozen. Freezing.
Oh, it's me.
And I have messaged a group chat. Can you check it?
Yeah, it's me. My battery's dying. I think that's what it was. I didn't realize what was going on. I'm back, baby.
Okay.
And did you like your goodie bag, Yvonne?
Yvonne is banging. Body Gang's in the house.
On the way to the wedding.
Are you sneak watching from the wedding? Are you at the table with it down like that?
Yeah, he's on his way to the wedding.
Oh, okay.
We met Body Gang, we met Yvonne. It was wonderful at the live show. Thank you guys.
So nice to see you guys in the flash.
Yeah, lovely.
In the 4K.
Yeah, and Yvonne loved her goodie bag.
Yay!
Very proud of the goodie bag. I love our goodie bag. All right, should we kick it off?
I mean, I'd like to, but I have put something in the group that I need from you.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I sent it to you.
No, you didn't.
I have. If
How?
you'd like to check back your WhatsApp.
I have, and that's why I'm asking.
Who do I resend? It says above you. It literally says News and Nonsense doc above the picture, about the video.
Oh, you did it above the video. Thank you so much, Quaya. My apologies.
Little Rock is in the house as well. Oh, this was so cool. It was really lovely meeting you guys, and we got pictures.
Yeah.
We'll do a carousel soon.
And thank you for coming. It really meant a lot to us.
For
those of you who didn't come next time. Trust me, it's not to be missed. It's fun times.
We had fun.
It's really great.
I'm a little bit tired now, but we had fun, man. All right. Oh gosh, you know what? I've got something. Doesn't matter. Are we good to go? Shall we crack on?
Okay, want to run in with the first story of the day.
I'll let you go. Are you hearing me? Is no one hearing me?
What are you saying?
Oh, I said you go. Do you want to go? And I said, no one's responding.
No, you do your Bridgerton.
Okay, fine.
She's trying not to. That's
no,
what
actually, I actually wasn't.
I can do it if you don't want. Do you not want
No,
it?
it's fine, it's fine,
You want to set the tone so that
no, it's fine. Okay, so Naomi Campbell, first story. Okay, blah 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 blah. First story up. Naomi Campbell has been banned from being a charity trustee following an investigation into her charity Fashion for Relief, which has uncovered serious financial mismanagement. So the investigation revealed that charity funds were allegedly used to cover Campbell's expenses, including stays at a 5-star hotel in Cannes, spa treatments, room service, and cigarettes. Campbell, along with 2 other trustees, Bianca Helmich and Veronica Chow, have been disqualified from holding trustee or senior charity roles in England and Wales for 5, 9, and 4 years, respectively. The disqualification was announced just as Campbell received the prestigious French Knight of the Order of Arts and Letters Award for her contribution to the arts and literature. I think we do have a...
Yeah, shall I play the video?
A clip of her rebuttal, because she's actually not feeling it.
Okay.
I just found out today about the findings, and I'm extremely concerned. And we are investigating on our side. As I was not in control of my charity, I put the control in the hands of a legal lawyer. And so we are investigating to find out what and how. As everything I do and every penny I ever raise goes towards charities.
So she made her point, Miss Auntie. And I think, we have to wait for what's revealed, because we do know that someone can be at the head of an organization and not be the person that deals with the day-to-day admin and money and all of that stuff. So this is where people can get tripped up. Like when people run into tax problems, it's like they lean too heavily on their accountants to make sure everything's right, and they take their foot off the pedal, and then they don't really pay attention to what's going on in the banks and stuff like that. Similarly to being the figurehead or the face of a charity. I mean, I don't know the ins and outs. I would like to hear more. If it's going to go further, let's hear more. But I mean, I suppose that they have decided to ban her, but I don't know I don't know. She said she's going to investigate. So I don't know. What do you guys think?
Investigating your charity after the charity commission has already banned you makes no sense, because you would have known that you was being investigated. So her excuse is bullshit. When your company's under investigation, you know that you were being investigated. That would be the time for her to do the investigation as well. But also what they were saying, the discrepancies, that's like on her. What, did you not see her in Cannes one year? Like, ain't like she doesn't. I'm like, nah, you know, it's how it goes, isn't it? She can say all of the money that she's ever raised is going to charity. People in charities, it's a business. They spend the money the same way. She just got caught. That's all it is. Really.
I would like to think that she wasn't spending the charity money, just because she should have enough papers of her own without having to dip into the charity pot. I think I kind of agree with what Corey is saying, that you don't necessarily know everything that's going on, and you do hire people to do stuff. But I also agree with you, she knew about this before her making this statement here. So let's see how it all unfolds. If she did do it, that is a dread thing.
But 5 years is quite a long time to be as a director. Like, you know, small punishments, it's usually like a year to 2 years that they do. And any longer, like, you know, sometimes they'll do the 10 and 15. And that's usually when you're on the cusp of they could have tried to do like criminal charges against you. So 5 years, I would say there was probably substantial evidence really that they had.
Yeah. One of them's got 9 years.
And it's, yeah, I'm going to say it's not all of, it's not just on her. There's 2 other people involved. So what, I mean,
I wonder why the one. Sorry to interrupt you. I was going to say, I wonder why the person got 9 years as well, like the other person. What's that about? And you're right. There's probably quite a lot of evidence for them to put out such a harsh, not sentencing, but banning. Yeah. 9 years is a long time. It's like a decade. They can't do anything for a decade. That's why a lot of these charities, in the end, when they get caught doing, as someone said in the comments, murky stuff, they then revoke their charity status and they just become a business, don't they?
Yeah.
And that's the thing, because that's why I was about to implicate myself and say, that's why I don't want a charity. So like, no, not what I mean. But it is very, when you're running a business and then you become a charity, there's so much more to be considered. You have to really understand what you're doing. And you can easily fall into the, oh shit, you've mismanaged, you've spent the wrong money, the wrong pot of money, and all that type of stuff, and having to really be accountable. So, I mean, I don't know. No.
I wonder, actually, somebody was just asking if the report is available online.
I wonder.
Because it's a charity, maybe it is.
Oh, yeah, because it's supposed to be public knowledge, isn't it, really? All that fair information. So, me and my lopsided self. Is it that fair information thing where you should be able to get that information?
I wonder. I'm going to look. I will update you.
You're deep diving, Nana. You know you're great at that.
I'm sure it's on the Charities Commission site.
That's what I was just on, but it's actually like looking like a bit of a minefield on their site.
Apparently they have all the receipts. But I think the receipts are there. It's like, okay, if we really are giving benefit of the doubt, it's like, where's that? Is it the charity credit card that you just go, you know that you're using the Fashion Relief credit card and you're just tapping it? Or how does it work that you mismanage the money? Are you literally saying, okay, guys, just dip into that because I need to do this on behalf of it? Or are you just overspending and not really understanding which money should be touched and how do you recoup that? I don't know. What
it could be a overlay of all of that, because it could be that, as somebody literally just said, they said financial mismanagement. So maybe there was a cross-pollination of, this is Naomi's money, this is a charity's money. Naomi is going here and she's going to speak about the charity. It's going on the charity's books. It feels like there may be some type of tax stuff that they're fiddling with, and that's what the Charity Commission were working on, because you've got to submit all of your accounts, and it must have been like, this isn't tallying up. This is more looking like personal shit, and they're putting it through the charity steps. That's why you're not paying tax on it. All of those things, I think it's probably a bit of that.
And you know what? To be fair, when you're in those spaces, and when, there's always, I've always said I want to hire, I want an accountant that knows how to hide my £3 in the Cayman Islands, because they have those type of accountants that really know how to, make sure you're paying the minimum amount of tax.
Yeah.
And so if you
creative accountants,
and if you leave it in the hands of those people, then you are relying on them. Because I don't believe Ms. Campbell is sitting there at the end of the tax year, doing the whole list of lines of, okay, this, that, and the other. So someone's got to do that. So it's also about bad advisement.
Yeah, but when you are a trustee, it's on you, and the charity kind of, she has leveled that out as, this is my charity. So when shit hits the fan, you also take some of the blame.
Yeah. I mean, and that's what's happened. Yeah.
No, I do. Yeah, there is something about her. I'm just not sure. Not sure about her.
I was gonna say, go on. You say what you're saying.
No,
No, I was just gonna say, it's also interesting that she's not supporting her brother Love in his time of woe.
But who would?
I know, but it's interesting that she hasn't even. It's just all very interesting to me.
It's not interesting. It's fact. I wouldn't either.
It's all very interesting.
Behave yourself as if we're going to be rolling in the industry, and having fun, and you come to now fuck up our shit with your nonsense. I'm not speaking out for you, bro. It's brother, no love.
But it just makes me think, and please forgive me, Naomi, don't come for me. But like, how shady is she? Because remember going back a few months ago, we were talking about a story where one of the girls who doesn't talk to her or felt that Naomi blacklisted her. She felt that Naomi was pimping her out.
Yeah.
It's messy.
It's a messy one. It's definitely a messy situation. And remember when her and Diddy were pals, it was like we are brother and sister.
That's what I'm saying. Her brother.
Yeah.
I think we have. Well, I would. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know with that because I don't know because I don't want to sound like I'm making excuses because I do know her and she knows me. We're not best friends, obviously. Like it's not that. So I'm not trying to make excuses, but it's an easier way to be more objective of what could possibly be the thing because you can have someone that's close to you, you don't know what the hell they're doing.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So there's certain things where and also being on the outside and looking at all the pictures and all the things and all the holiday pictures and partying. There's also the minute when someone goes and shuts their door and you shut your door, who's getting up to what that you don't know about? And I have long, even with this coming out, a lot of people are like, the Joe Buddens, the Charlemagne's, where you think that they've been at every party because of who they are. But in Charlemagne and Joe Budden, for example, like, no, Charlemagne's sticking on, I've never been to a Diddy party. And then Joe's like, I don't know if he said he's never been or he's been and not really been. So either way, they're really trying to make it clear that though it looks like there's this big mass of hip hop people that all know each other and are all partying, are all best friends, all brethren, and it's like all the videos, which you do, no matter, even though you know it's not necessarily real, you get sucked up into this is it. This is what it's like. What is the reality? Do you know what I mean?
I think the reality is what a lot of people have said, that past a certain time things change. And I think we've all been in spaces where, not like Diddy, I'm not saying that at all, but like
No.
You've gone to a rave and then you've gone like maybe to the after party, and not everyone that was in the rave was at the after party, and the after party has a very different tone to the party itself. So maybe it's an element of that, and because he's so demonic, he would know who to invite to these things and have lists clear of when to flip the switch from party to freak.
Yeah, I mean, we shall see.
Don't know who was there. Yeah,
as Sora says, I mean, her name has been on almost every big trial. Epstein, the other one, and now closeness with Diddy. There was the African leader with the diamonds.
Charles.
There's a lot of shady shit that does follow her. So I definitely understand what you're saying, but there was a closeness that they had, and apparently some of those yacht things she was on as well.
She was.
She knows shit. At best,
she knows stuff.
At best, she knows shit and chose to ignore it.
Yes,
that's what I think. She may not have necessarily witnessed everything, but she definitely knows Wagwan. That, I mean, allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. But I guess if you were, and this is a hypothetical, not a defense. If you were someone of that stature, and then you started to see, and this is a question, it's really not an excuse. I'm just thinking, what would you do in that moment? How would you navigate it? Would you, because I'm thinking, what would I do? Would I withdraw from, would I cut how would someone?
I think I would withdraw, because I've had friends that have done certain things that I'm just not into. And we just
on a lower level, there's that. I'm talking about on the big, in this big space where there's
I'm saying I would withdraw. And I'm using my own relationships at a lower level, because it doesn't make any difference to me. The stuff that he's done is abhorrent. Do you know what I mean? Like it's foul. So if I'm around someone who's doing these types of things on a low level or a high level, it doesn't matter. Like, and you'd have to distance yourself from that, wouldn't you? You can't be around that stuff. You can't have him like one day being like, "Oh, you're my brethren, and let's roll," and then the next minute, he's trafficking women and doing all types of shit and beating up girls. And I can't have no brethren, no male friend of mine, and I have a few. No male friend of mine can be my can't speak. can remain my friend if I know that you are beating up your gal.
Yeah.
No, it's not happening.
That wouldn't work at all. But even anything I'm witnessing, I was just wondering, like, I wonder what that situation that puts you in when, because I think it's easy if it's a visible monster, but when it's those kind of, it's so intrinsic to everything. So how do you extrapolate yourself from it? I'm just wondering, like, I don't know. But it is, withdrawing would be the thing. I guess you'd have to be in a real strong sense of self that withdrawing means the loss of A, B, C, and maybe D, E, you know what I mean? So,
and she hasn't done that, because you've seen the caliber of men that she's hung around, and they are super rich with shady histories and past and futures. So she doesn't withdraw from shitty situations. Her name comes up too often, same as Oprah. Their name is around these spaces and these men too often for anybody to really ignore what their role is in either co-signing, keeping quiet. But sometimes it's like, it's your proximity. Like Elsa was saying, her proximity and her co-signing her, it gave her more clout. Now, with that then, as Elsa says, Naomi became more demanding on what she was expecting from her. That sounds a bit manipulative. And it's a young, malleable mind. And if there's loads of young, malleable minds constantly coming in and out of like being in her space and having shitty stories about her as well, I think there's no smoke without fire. She just hasn't had her full day yet. Like, we don't know all of the shit.
Mate. Okay.
Let's see.
Let's see.
Let's see where it goes.
All right.
Guys, what view do you prefer? Do you let us know? Put a 1 in the chat if you prefer this view.
Oh, I'm so excited today. Sorry.
Put a 2 in the chat if you prefer this view. I will leave it on this for a little bit for you guys to do it. But do you want us in the single row 1, or do you want us like this 2? Let us know. Oh, 1's coming in. And a 2 is coming.
Which one's 1? Either is good, to be honest. 1 is 2.
2 2s, 2 1s. 3 2s.
3 2s. Oh my gosh, guys.
Oh, it's probably split down the middle.
2 is winning at the moment. 2 is winning.
2 2s.
Yeah, I think 2's taking it.
Which one's 2? I don't even know which one is 2 anymore.
This is 2.
Oh, okay.
Cher, you can't vote twice.
You lot just want.
You're not voting multiple times, man. You're not cheating. Cheating.
All right, we're staying with this one. I think people prefer this.
Yeah.
God, now we're confused. Waving cat designs.
She's like, damn.
Maybe change it every week. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe we do that.
1. Oh, more
I'm
1.
sick, guys. It's not fun.
All right. Was that was a news or nonsense, wasn't it? Or was it news? It was news.
Keep an eye on these developing cases.
All righty. So the next one, should I do it or?
It's a little bit of you. The next one, I think.
All right. So with all this nonsense, speaking of the Diddy, it's now got people thinking. I mean, actually, no. To be fair, it's been long discussed that hip hop has kind of imploded on itself. It's gone too far. It's too risque. It's too soul-destroyingly damaging. We're losing people at a higher rate than any other genre. But yet we're quite reluctant to deal with the fact that some of the content's not great. Some of the things that we put out there, not that great for impressionable young minds who are influenced by the culture. So, one of the biggest things that kind of not sparked off all, but was a big catalyst to this kind of the danger of hip hop was East Coast, West Coast hip hop feud. And this shaped much of the culture of the 90s. And yes, it's had a lasting impact. And we have lost a lot of rappers, more than we've lost like kind of pop stars and rock stars and country and western stars and stuff like that. Lost Biggie and Tupac. I mean, and whether you believe who was in the mix, we know that these deaths benefited the big bosses. Yes, the lower level players, the black players that were in power, but the actual powers that be, the record labels that are usually owned by white men, they benefited of that death very much so. And it also helped enforce the fact that death, gangster, drugs, guns, sex, and disrespect of women literally is what sells. And at that point, it shows like all we leaned into as a culture, as a community, we leaned into that. Those who loved hip hop, because I definitely loved gangster hip hop. Like I said, I've said before, I was influenced by Patchy's Gangster Bitch. Thought I was a gangster bitch. I was not a gangster bitch. I was not doing any crime, but yet I was like so. And being a bad girl was cool in my time in the 90s for sure, and in the early 2000s. So just looking at that and what's happened to Diddy, what's happened now, and Suge Knight, there's a picture. We've got the picture of Diddy and Tupac, and kind of the legacy of the hip hop community. And I just wanted to know, what do you lot think? Where are we at with hip hop? Is hip hop dying? Should we looking at are we looking at the downfall of hip hop? Because people are saying that country music's going to take over. People are saying that pop and rock culture is going to come back in and edge hip hop out. I'm not sure if it's going to be all the way gone, but what do you guys think of where we're at?
You know what the thing is, with even everything that you're saying, I do think there is. I hope that there is a death to this type of rap music that is out there.
Yeah.
Not in terms of hip hop as a cultural form.
Yeah.
I think it's really important. Why is one of my kids left their phone here?
Why have they got the Jurassic Park ring?
I think I want it to end.
Yeah.
To a fashion. I want a new resurgence of a cultural music that it can't be corrupted. That really does instill hope, that is giving a voice to a people, and not this, because what we have at this moment in time, I actually think is a really low vibrational frequency that nobody needs. But
yeah, that's fair.
It doesn't matter. Anybody that is like going to these things, I think it's not good for us.
What do you think, Phil?
Yeah, no, I think that's fair. I don't think hip hop's dying. I think it's probably evolving. Like Glenn said, mainstream hip hop is maybe done, because I think if you look at history, there is always a evolution of music, isn't there? Something new comes in every so often and takes over. That's why I don't necessarily think that it's country music. I'm not sure. It may be Afro beats. It may be that, because that seems to be having a real moment in music and being recognised in different ways. And I hope as well with these different types of artists, Afro beats and amapiano and all those different African music genres are being looked at in a much better way, because you've got all these different artists making moves in that sense. A bit like how there is different types of hip hop. It wasn't all gangster rap. So I think that's what we're seeing. That's what we're witnessing. People are getting sick of the same old lack of a substance. I'll say it's in hip hop. There's a lot of rappers at the moment and they're not saying anything. And, we had rappers, you're talking about Biggie and Tupac, you're talking about people that were actually storytellers, and there are a few, but then you know how I feel about Drake. I feel like all his albums after his first album, maybe second at a push, sound the same. It's just the same, and that's boring. That can't last forever. People want variety. So I just think that's what we're seeing, and because it's our lifetime, hip hop happened within our lifetime. I think if you went back and you spoke to people who were around during rock and roll when that was making, coming up, they probably felt the same thing. Before that, it was jazz, wasn't it? And jazz evolved from a whole different types of music as well. So I just think that that's what we're witnessing at the moment.
Yeah, I think I wish, I would love to have like a music industry official or expert in this, because there's a lot going on with artistry now, and those 360 deals, artists are now trying to find their best way around the labels and not signing and becoming more independent. I can't remember who I was seeing, but even with Kendrick and Drake releasing music via Instagram, people are really trying to find artists are really trying to find a way not to be tied to record labels, because it's record labels. I don't even think, because I saw an article saying that they're pumping all their money into Afrobeat now, and that's gonna. But I don't think hip hop was a different thing. It was a whole, and I think Afrobeat it's got its own energy and power to it, but I don't know if it will do what hip hop does. I'm not sure. It's still early days, because already the labels are like, oh, hip hop's not working, so now let's go to Africa and let's throw all the money at them and let's get all the labels over there. So you've got, I think, I can't remember, was it Sony Africa now? All those type of things that are happening. So if the artists aren't smart, they're just going to get locked in the same type of deals that the hip hop artists got into, and that's when we're going to start seeing something that could have been so strong and have a real powerful movement across the world could easily be even more quicker diluted and watered down before it even gets to do what hip hop does. So then people are going to quickly move on to the next thing, because if it doesn't stick in its, and I think, you know, people have criticized kind of Burna Boy and Wizkid for going pop and commercial. Like when Burna Boy did his remix with Brandy's tune, Sitting on Top of the World, I was annoyed by it, because I'm like, I love Burna being African giant Burna, but I also understand because after a while that tune grew on me, but then I was like, I don't want that Afrobeat to get watered down into something else. I want it to stay quite true to what it is, because that's the power of it. But this is another reason why when Afrobeat kind of started with hip life in Ghana, and Ghanaians started really leaning into turning it into some sort of reggae hybrid, losing the reason why we were fans of it in the first place. And then because we have reggae, we want to listen to reggae and reggae. We can listen to reggae and reggae. We don't want you to turn Afrobeat into reggae and reggae, because then it's defeating the purpose of why everyone's falling in love with Afrobeat and hip life in the first place. And that's when Nigeria took over. And now Afrobeat is seen as a Nigerian export, when actually at the core of it, West Africans were doing Afrobeat, but Ghana had a chokehold in the early 2000s. So this kind of go on anyway.
I was going to say, I think with all music, it evolves, and a lot of people in all genres, they make music for their core audience and they make music for mainstream. It doesn't take, I think it's very difficult for music to stick to one particular format. Like soca, you would think that soca's all the same. There's very many different genres within soca. Yeah. So there is some soca that may sound like it has like a reggae, not reggae, sorry, like a dancehall kind of element to it. There is that, like if you listen to Grenadian soca, it is vastly different to Trinidadian soca. You know, like you can hear the differences. You can and Dominica and Barbados and all these different islands, you can hear the differences amongst you know, where these people have stemmed from. So I think once that takes hold, people do like it, and then they collaborate with others. There are soca artists that have collaborated with dancehall artists. So if music is universal as it's supposed to be, you are going to get those kinds of collaborations, and it doesn't bother me as long as there is a continuation of what the core is of whatever genre it is that they're representing. So I don't think that it's been watered down. You make an interesting point about making sure that the artists are protected. And yeah, I think that's universal though, again, because it's not just about these up and coming people, and I would like them to learn and to see what's happened to hip hop and to you know, R&B artists and all of these artists really being taken advantage of from the music industry. I think that is happening a lot more because people are doing a lot more independent, you know, they're putting music out independently, and the way that music is consumed is different now. So I hope that the more vocal people are about what's happened with these negotiations in the past really does help people going forward who are coming up. It's a lot of ways of me saying a lot of things.
Mm-hmm. All right. I think I disagree with quite a few points. I'm trying to think what my main disagreement is. Culture. I think the thing that happens is they don't allow, at this moment in time, because there's so much access to music, there's elements of money that come in, so you don't allow a culture to be created. Yeah. And that's a problem for me with Afrobeats. Mm-hmm. It's become so commercial really quickly in the change of a music sound So that you have like the big players becoming super millionaires and really influential, and you're doing this for commercial reasons and not due to a culture. With Afrobeats, there isn't a style. So there's clear markers when you know something is going to be around for a while, because people adopt it. It turns into a subculture, and it hasn't done that. So at this moment, the only things we have is the music and a type of rave that still isn't its own thing because it's mixed with other genres. So that to me shows that it's being exploited.
Yep.
The record companies will just make the first lot rich and exploit them, and there isn't going to be a culture that keeps it going, so that you have generations producing something. When I start to see fashion there being like a clear style that is attributed to Afrobeats, then I'll believe it. Like
that's
okay,
what I'm gonna say. Yeah,
I think that's what's missing. So it could get rinsed, and then it will go back to high life, because that has a culture, it has a scene, it has a type of place that you'd go to listen to it. We're not quite seeing that yet with Afrobeats, and I don't know if it's going to happen. I'm not sure. I feel like it's just going to be exploited, and I don't know enough about Amapiano because I really don't understand why people like it. And I like it because I love dance music, but there's something about it I just find really, I don't know. I don't know how people listen to that shit. Honestly, it's like humdrum.
No, see, I like Amapiano, but it's very hard because I'm not true talk. I'm too old, too busy to be in the scene. I can't adopt a new scene. It's already being appropriated by other African countries, and now it's underpinning a lot. It's what happened to a lot of music. Sorry, go on.
When you say appropriated by other African countries, are they not allowed to make Amapiano? Are you only allowed to make Amapiano if you're from South Africa?
No, it's not that. It's what's Nana's saying. Like, everything's moved so fast.
No, I'm asking you about what you're saying. I just want you to clarify that point about it being appropriated by African countries.
Because it's moved so fast, even I don't understand the roots of Amapiano. I didn't even know about Amapiano before the other day when it blew up. So with everybody now using Amapiano chords, strings, beats, or whatever the 2/4/4, whatever they call it, using that beat pattern in their music, they haven't had a chance to even learn it. And there needs to be a culture. And this is where I understand where Buju was coming from in his talk about, though I didn't like what he said and how he said it, what there is with, this is why, for example, reggae and dancehall and ragga, which, all those different strands of that music has had longevity, because it has had a fashion, and it's definitely, I missed that point out, and Nana's absolutely right, had a fashion, had a culture, had a religion, it's got all these things that go into it that give it roots and foundation. So even if there's derivatives, which is similar to Afrobeat, but the blow up of Afrobeat and Amapiano hasn't had a time to steep itself in roots in the world global space. At home, possibly, but in the global space where these record labels especially are quickly jumping on it to remix it and make money off it. And then again, we're doing a microwave version of what happened to the hip hop artists.
Okay. Yeah. So you don't think that any other country should?
I don't. I think it's too soon.
You don't think? I think it should do Amapiano.
Yeah, I think it's too soon for other. It's too soon for other countries to just think that Amapiano is just this and something that I can just.
I get that. I understand that.
I think it's too soon.
But if they understand the culture, then it's okay.
I think it's very like. Yes, no. I can't. I don't think it's that. I think it's nuanced. I think you should respect it. Me entering it and saying I'm going to be a dancehall artist, which would be quite funny.
But there are. But this is why I'm asking the question.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. If I just step into it, wake up in the morning, and be like, I'm going to make a reggae tune. What research am I going to do? How am I going to now immerse myself and really understand what I'm saying? If I'm really understand what I'm singing about, why I'm singing it, why am I making this music to put out there? Is it because I'm see that it's a money maker? Or is it because I really like the music and I just think I'm going to try a thing? And this is what happens when we have people adopting hip hop, wearing it like a coat, like Miley Cyrus and the like, and then taking it off. I
think Miley Cyrus thing and all of those people, you know what I mean, is a bit different. I'm just playing devil's advocate here, and I'm just thinking like I think that there are Jamaican artists that love soca, and that is not their music, and there are other artists from the Caribbean islands, like one of the artists who had a song with Burna Boy recently, and it was like I forget his name and it's annoying me. He had a song and Burna Boy was on the remix of the song Taliban, I think it's called. He is not Jamaican. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I know that it's different from what you're saying because it's reggae and dancehall has evolved over a longer period of time. But I suppose people in South Africa have known that music for a longer period of time.
And I think Erin's saying Amapiano is from the Zulu tribe. So I didn't even know that. Do you understand? Because I haven't got time to go into it. I don't know that. So then me waking up tomorrow and saying, I'm going to make an Amapiano tune. That's what a lot of people are doing.
No, I know, but I'm just, I understand that as well. I just don't know how I feel about like other people from the from the same ethnicity, should we say. Like if they like the music and they like the artists, I'm not opposed to them making music with them.
But taking it on is a different thing than with.
But that could be producers though. It doesn't necessarily have to be the person singing.
Yeah, that could be. Ronald's saying, did R&B have fashion in the culture? Yeah, it did.
Don't you remember knee-high boots and bandanas and like leggings and stuff like that? Like think about Jade. That was a fashion. Mary J. Blige back in the 90s. That they merged. You know, I know I just wanted to dress like them, and I know that I did dress like them.
So I literally, if you guys, I don't know if the Disney Plus in the UK is the same as America, but if you watch the In Vogue series, I've just finished it. It's really good, and it took me back to my fashion love years. It's like 6 episodes about Vogue and fashion in general, and there's a black section about how hip hop took over fashion, and they go into all of that. R&B, there was R&B of the. They didn't go into this part, but what we know of the 40s. 50s, 60s, that R&B had their distinct style. They had their distinct style, uniform, pretty, like of the fashion. They had their style, and then R&B of our time borrowed from hip hop and mixed it all together and gave us kind of a merged hip hop style. So R&B and hip hop had a very close relationship, and they birthed fashion and culture for sure.
Definitely.
I wanted to watch that, but then I saw Kim Kardashian was on it and I ignored it. So just let me know what episode it was that you watched. I don't know.
You have to watch all of it. I mean, she's annoying, but it's not.
I don't want to watch all of it. Is she in all of it?
Yeah,
in all 6 episodes.
Yeah, she speaks. Me.
No, but in all 6 episodes, is she in it?
Yes, she's a talking head in the whole series.
Yeah, I don't want to watch it. I might have to fast forward what she says.
I mean, it's harmless. And remember, I didn't even watch.
I know. I'm just saying. I just don't want to watch her.
Yeah. Yes, so yes, she was hip hop, but it was R&B and hip hop. They blended, but R&B had culture for sure.
Oh, look at that! KW says I definitely copied the style of the female dancers in Black Streets. No diggity. All of that. I think those things are really important markers for a culture is being born, and that's why you still have neo soul as well. Yeah. You know, it's like as much as people would be like, no, neo soul went. No, people that love neo soul, are still there, and they're still going to little clubs, and there's still singers that have a neo soul vibe. And neo soul had a whole look, so it created something. Like I would always call them like the crew that like wearing
Jesus sandals.
Hessian and Jesus.
Oh,
I was like
Hessian, yeah. Definitely that, not necessarily Jesus sandals.
They love it, sandals and cotton.
They love it. They love incense, linen, and beads. I hated neo soul because I was like, it's too.
I didn't hate it. I just didn't like all of the artists. I didn't hate it. Like there were some people who I felt performative.
Yes,
yeah, definitely. You know, the thing is, neo soul as a vibe, I actually liked. I didn't like the culture of it.
Yeah,
I didn't fit in with that, and I went to one party. Do you remember when Amplified was big?
Yes, and I would never
the Amplified parties, and I went there, and me and Sharona went, and we were in Adidas with relaxed hair.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
we literally walked in there.
What do you mean? Come on now, come on.
It wasn't the place for us to be. It was ridiculous.
Why did you go to a neo soul rave like that?
I don't know. I think we were feeling rebellious, but yeah, we didn't feel comfortable. We didn't stay long.
The thing is, that's what everyone. The way I was such a hip hop chick, it was also synonymous. It was kind of synonymous with being also like being into neo soul. And I think I went to Amplified with one of our friends, SA, And she didn't mind it. She used to go, I went in, I was like, I cannot be here. I can't sway the whole night. I need to get my hip hop on. I can't be like that. And the thing is, I do like a Jill Scott. I love an Erica.
That's what,
But I'm not going to sway my hips for the whole night. And I do like neo soul hip hop artists, because the Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, they fall in. I love them, and most definitely that, but to just sway, oh my God. It is self-conscious. It was righteous and judgy. But however, imagine neo soul is what we needed to be listening to, because hip hop has imploded on itself. Like we've got to the point where you've got fake rappers fake rapping about being gangsters. You've got them just saying nasty, dirty things. And we have had a resistance to dealing with that, because for a long time, a lot of us like, it's not the music, it doesn't influence. And I always struggle. I think we've said it many times. I always struggle with us not holding ourselves accountable. I know the powers that be, and I know it's a vicious circle. So no matter where we get to, we always get to poverty, the powers that be, but it's just so difficult, because now I'm rapping Biggie, I'm rapping Snoop. I have to censor myself, because as a grown woman, how the hell?
Oh, interesting. So really, Will Smith the Goat says the term neo soul was coined by a record executive, what was that, Kadar Missenberg, as a marketing tool in order to differentiate the artists he managed from the more hip-hop leaning R&B artists. That's so interesting. But you know what the thing is, when people say they coined a term, I bet you didn't.
I bet you got it from someone else, and that name doesn't sound
explaining their sound and was like, it's a little neo-y soul, and he was probably like, that's a great term. He probably coined it himself.
That is that. Yeah, it is.
Definitely, that's what happened.
But thank you, because that's a great piece of. I love the knowledge. Yeah,
me too.
I was going to share. This was my. Oh no, that's not. This was my. Oh no, I'm doing too much. Share screen.
Oh Lord.
Share screen.
What are you sharing? I'm scared.
Just Aaliyah, this outfit here.
Oh yeah.
This outfit was the one that I wanted so badly. I wanted
why don't you wear this on the 31st of October when we do Your Aunties Could Never Lie?
Yeah, why don't you wear that?
If I can find the boob tube. I think Natalie's got it. My stomach is not that flat anymore.
Yeah, but you just the trick is to wear your jeans higher.
Mom jeans.
I'm telling you.
Yes,
that is the trick. Higher jeans.
I remember this Will Smith goat too. The artists themselves hated the term. Yes, I remember this conversation, because it was like some of them were just as hood as everybody. Like, I'll say hood, but I don't, you know what I mean. Hip hop as everybody else, but they didn't like that separatism. It's true. It's true. So where are we at with this?
I'm firmly on that. I hope we get this massive change and shit dies.
Yeah.
I hope Diddy going down. Word on road is that what's his name, Snoop, may also go down. So I wouldn't mind.
No way.
Snoop, yeah, apparently. Let's see. Give it 12 months. Apparently, is what they're saying.
Oh man.
So just on that, just because I was talking about the Vogue series, Tommy Hilfiger has a whole moment where they definitely break down how Tommy Hilfiger, and this is another thing, we have made so many things relevant, because this is why this is also good, is the way that the fashion world, first of all, ignored the hip-hop artists and the R&B artists, and then courted their attention, because they realized, especially big up Dapper Dan always, one day I'll have a piece from him, the way he was taking labels and remixing them, making his own fashions, and then they shut him down. But then they realized him putting all their logos all over his stuff then changed the way they did their designers, and the way that they courted the black stars to make their shit better. I didn't even know that Tommy Hilfiger, one of his biggest runways, had Tretch from Hid Naughty by Nature. Promote the stuff from the first. Oh, I forgot about it. And I was like, oh yeah, I didn't know that was the first signifier. I knew that they were, because Tretch used to always wear the stuff, but I didn't know he was one of their first shows when they kind of made that about turn. So I was just like,
really?
because
I actually, because I did my dissertation was on the representation of women in hip hop. So, and this is, when did I do it?
That's a good dissertation.
It took a lot out of me, because I was so disappointed. You know, when you go deep diving into it to really make your points, and you're trying to have both points in there, like no, but
Yeah.
then the representation that may not be bad as well to try and up your points. But I couldn't find too many instances where women weren't overly objectified
Yeah.
constantly.
Oh,
Like there
so
were so few artists, even the ones that would be the neo soul-y type ones,
Mhm.
still had shit where it's like, what the hell
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah.
What is going on? All the gatekeeping, even to have a female rapper, you know, you had to be a part of a crew. Like all of those things, it was like, oh, this is utterly ridiculous. But then there's so many positives to a culture as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just
You know,
the lack of care for women within the birth of the culture is problematic.
do you know what I did my dissertation on? Sorry, just quickly, because it's funny that you did yours. I did mine on the representation of women in 1950s melodrama.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How we've got to be naked as fashion will always be jarring to me. It's the naked. Well, the nakedivity of it all.
The nakedness. No, the nakedness of it all.
But to me, it's hand in hand with the gangsterism of it all. I think that's been one of my biggest. And not that I want everyone to be truly thugs and literally just stepped out of jail, started getting famous and making records, but the fact that there's a lot of fakers and it's influenced so many people to, like, I think one of our stories down the line is going to be about a hip hop artist. Or no, it's not a hip hop. Well, yeah, nonsense happening, and the fact that it's leading to real deaths because people are posturing too much and being manipulated into posturing, and then you're ending up dead. I'd have 1,000 naked titties shaking asses if we didn't have that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The thing with the nakedness of it, though, it's like Ice Spice.
Yeah.
All you're doing is twerking.
That's
literally doing, like, it's not even nursery rhymes at this point. It's like her stuff is shit.
Yeah.
And who's the other one? Red, the one, Sexy Red.
Sexy Red.
Oh, can't.
No,
you summed it up, Nana. Like, her rap is so jarring. It's like, and who's the other one? Even Young Miami. What are you saying? What are you saying?
As well.
Have you noticed that JT has actually done quite well since they've split? Because you can actually understand. I'm not saying that she's like phenomenal. I'm not saying she's Little Kim or Missy or anything like that. But there's just a clear difference between the two of them.
It's only so much how. I mean, but again, men. The thing is, the annoying thing is, or the problem thing is, that men were talking about their dicks for so long, so the women felt like, "Oh, if you're talking about dick, I'm going to talk about my pussy." But it became a war of the genitals. It doesn't.
The war of the genitals.
Anatomy, and then to the point where you've got someone like Soulja Boy dancing on a table for execs. Do you guys remember that clip?
Yeah, yeah.
That was just like, where the hell are we? That we're dancing on tables around industry execs for a fucking late signing for some money, Charlie.
Imagine this. Her lip gloss is actually disgusting. Like, listen, it's gross. We're at a really shitty place for our kids.
Yeah, that is really gross.
It's a really bad place for them to have like who do you even follow in music now if you're young? Like, it's pants out there.
Yeah.
You have to go searching hard. I understand why they are all turning to loving R&B and 90s R&B. I absolutely understand it.
Yeah, that's true.
Someone's saying that Ice Spice's fart is art. So I think I'm going to read a verse or two.
It's art.
And let's get into the lyrics.
Let's get into the lyrics.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not going to do the music. We don't want to be copyrighted. What the fuck I'm gonna say in the intro? I haven't heard this before. I don't think I've even heard it, so I don't know what it says. It might.
Yeah, I've never heard this.
You want me to say something so bad? Stop playing with them. Riot, can you please? Think you the shit, bitch. You're not even the fart. Grah. I be going hard. Grah. I'm breaking their hearts like, bitches be quick, but I'm quicker. Like, bitches be thick, but I'm thicker. Like, she could be rich, but I'm richer. Damn. Taking her man. Don't give a fuck. Out in the yams. and I'm keeping one tucked. I make me some jams.
Torture.
I'm waiting to find the art. You lot said it was art.
Carry on.
Unlock that advantage.
Why is there so many words and she's saying nothing? I don't understand.
Listen to what she's saying. Unlock that advance. I said 400 bands. Just do my little dance. Grah. Bitch, I'm a brand like. Bitch, I'm a baddie. I get what I want. Damn. All in Balenciaga. I look like a bum. I got the jatty. He just want to hump. Walk through and start shaking my hips. I'm a dip when I stack all my chips like stripper dummy. I want the whole fit. I got a French Negro sending me tips. Grah. Think you the shit, bitch. You're not even the fart. So it repeats itself, right? It's a chorus. So basically, I don't know what she's saying. So I hope that you guys are being sarcastic because his bitch at home playing dress up, she must have thought she could catch up. I got my foot on their necks, I can't let up. She all on the floor told her, get up. She my son, but I ain't her mammy. Bitches can't stand me. Eat through my panties. Hard not life, no Annie. Okay, I'm done.
It's got a lot of lyrics. Verses.
And there's no art.
How long is this actual song? That's crazy.
Thank you, Will Smith Goat. I did great.
I feel like we need a segment where Aquaria just reads our rap lyrics.
Oh my God. Where's she gone? Farrah went in disgust. I mean, do you know what? To the music, you know, that lyrics can be, but what she ain't saying none, not really.
Nothing.
There wasn't nothing, and then it's always the things that we're going to shit on another bitch because you've got the other bitch's man, and I'm wearing designers and a fart. Yes, so
it's terrible. Her lyrics are shit.
I mean, I don't know any other songs either. So of Ice Spices, I really don't listen to her. Where's Farrah gone?
Ice Spice had the guy one. How she came along. What was it?
I think there was one thing that I think I might have liked.
You think you're something, but not, and you're just a munch. Like that was her.
Oh, right.
The Munch tune. That's how we got to know who she is.
Oh, there's Munch. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one. The Munch tune.
I mean, there's a lot more. Oh, Ezra Sprouts is getting deep. There's a lot more scatological themes, to be honest. Let's go, Ezra. What are you talking about, man? Because you should go. Is it?
Oh, yeah, the boy's a liar. Yeah, there's that tune as well. She's not good though. But the boy's a liar is a catchy tune. She doesn't deserve the attention that she gets, really, because I really think like Lady London is great. She is phenomenal.
Okay.
And nobody cares about her because she raps like properly, actually doing raps. And then we ain't even got to talk about Rhapsody because
I mean
she shits on all of them and she probably doesn't even have a quarter of their paper. And that's
sorry. Ronald Dobbins, sir, and I know you know your hip hop. Dochi's amazing, Luminescent Dreams. Yes, Hard Knock Life, no Annie is not a good line.
It's terrible.
It's just basic. It's not hard. I could do that, and you see how rapping I am. No, that's not.
I know we're talking about women. Drake's got a line in one of his new songs, and he says, "Out in London, Big Ben."
I don't know. They say that they got Drake. Something happened to Drake. Something happened to him.
Yeah, because
how can he be so shit now?
I think he got.
And do you remember when he was saying something about Blem as well? And everyone was like, he's talking about a cigarette, but he's saying it in a different way altogether. Blem is a fag.
I think
it's a cigarette.
I think with Drake, again, it's similar to Rihanna wanting to get off the hamster wheel. He's on the hamster wheel. he's got battles with his label in some way, shape, or form. I'm trying to listen to all the bloggers out there and try and catch it, but because I don't have time to be in it, there's things that he's doing to rebel against the handcuffs that he's in. I think that's what the consensus is. So then when you see the album, like, you're literally churned out. Remember, Rihanna had a moment where every freaking year she was saying, you need time to breathe.
She did 7 albums in 7 years.
Back to back. Like, this is where did you create, unless you are a super genius, you need time. That's why what Kendrick is saying, I don't need to rush and come out. I'll come out when I come out.
Yeah, Michael Jackson was the same. Michael Jackson was the same.
But when
they came out,
yeah.
They didn't do album after album, like year after year after year. That's not. They had time to think about it. And even Beyonce, like, for those who care, she takes time to write her albums. The country one, how long did she say it took her to write? Like, you don't have to churn stuff out. But I think you're right about Rihanna, because I believed when I heard that song, where, and she just went da 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 da. I believed that she was in the studio. She goes, these fucking people, I don't even want to be here. I'm just gonna say da 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 da, and they're gonna put it out.
Sorry, yes, I agree with you. Hold on, don't you upset with that Katy Perry song? Yeah, and the thing is, I'm so protective of Doechii and the girls that want to do good. Like, if Rapsy came out and did a song with Taylor Swift, I'd cry big tears. And I get it, but then Doechii's young and she's like, and if I don't know, she's on TDE, so I don't know why she's the Katy Perry thing. But Ronald, we're going to argue. We know where Hard Knock Life is, because I'm definitely old enough for the first Annie. I used to watch it as a child.
Everyone knows Annie.
We
all know the song. That's why it was even less of a bar.
Exactly. Jay-Z's already done it.
Other characters, it actually would have been better if she pulled out another person, because then it would be like, oh, Rod, the little kid that's in Annie. Hard Knock. That would not.
You see, she had this line about the son. I'm not the mammy. Should have been something son. I'm Miss Hannigan. I run the boarding school of that. You know what I mean? That would have been better. Hard Knock Crazy.
I mean,
give me a little minute. I can refine it. Give me a second. That's Jay-Z owns Hard Knock Live. No one can do it again, because Jay-Z owns that tune. He owns that reference. He was the first to do it.
It was Kanye that did it. He didn't even want to do it.
Whatever the case is, can be thanks to
Kanye. Was like, nah.
Fine.
Listen.
Whatever that unity, it was not.
Just got to give
it was
Kanye.
not. It's fine. Kanye's a bad man. Whatever the case is, that tune is forever associated first and foremost with Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So sorry, Ronald, you cannot defend that line.
Ronald said, I'm 10 toes down on this.
Your toes out. Splay them, Ronald. Splay them. Splay your toes, sir. What did you say about? What did they say about? Then you have people like Kylie and Madonna who cannot sing but have look. Well, that's a whole thing, because there's always been the manufactured pop artists, and there's always been, plump them in front of it, give them a look, give them a sound. I think Madonna had a bit more something to her. Kylie was definitely a cookie cutter product of the record label. Okay, Will Smith, you got us.
Just to come away from the doc for a moment, did you guys see Marsha Ambrose? She was on, what was that thing? She was on there's a clip of her going viral. She was on that program. I can't even remember the name because I'm an auntie. But anyway, she was basically saying that she sang the Cry Me a River in the Justin Timberlake thing. And she was saying how it was that line or that riff and that part of the song where people was like, oh my God, Justin is amazing. He's invited to the barbecue. And she's basically online saying, I'm the barbecue.
I'm the barbecue.
I'm the barbecue.
What I'm saying. I never liked Justin. I have never.
I can't lie. I wasn't a huge stan of his or anything like that, but I did like him.
I liked, you see that album? Actually, maybe 2 albums. I think he's got 2 albums. I don't know how many albums he's got in total, but I think the first one, I liked him because it was very Pharrell influenced and I liked it. And then he's got a couple of tunes on the other one. It's not like he was my Usher or anything like that, but I appreciated him. But to learn that was Marsha Ambrose, and then now I can't unhear it because she sang it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so her.
Put
it on, yeah.
barbecue, but years later they will find out that that part was actually me. And this is not to shade the rest of the song. Justin Timberlake can act. It's from Memphis.
He's a
can
great
still
singer.
come. But then, you know, Twitter's relentless.
They are. You gotta be careful with that Twitter.
I was like, okay. She was like, she did the barbecue to that. So it's like, I'm the barbecue.
I have never heard of that.
Barbecue sauce on the song. So
I have always known that was you.
What you did?
Yeah.
I found out for. That's me. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah.
Y'all did not know that wasn't Justin.
Go just to the start of it very quickly.
Marinated. Cry me, cry me. Cry me, cry me.
Yeah.
I literally now can't unhear it.
That's all. And then
And
when I
that's
went
the,
and
that's
played
the
it,
flavor.
when I went and played it, I was like, of course it's her.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
Same.
no, that to me is fraud.
It's
Right.
and
We
the thing
need
is,
to know.
like, yeah.
We need to know
Right.
this because that's such an integral part of the song.
Yeah.
Somehow it needs to, even I don't care how small the letters are, but it needed to say featuring Marsha Ambrosius. Like something.
Yeah.
We can't think that's
Because
just
that's the source. She's right.
Right.
That was the
Well, I
source
don't know.
of the song.
I gasped at William, but Will. But first of all, people need to stop inviting random to the barbecue for the weakest reason, just because they can wine wash their chicken or use more than one seasoning. Facts on
Hey,
Bill,
right?
trying it. Man saying I went to his recent show at the O2. He was fantastic. Live backing band, horn section, dancers, miles better than most of the black artists I've seen of late. You better list them. You better list them.
You got to tell us who you've been seeing.
List
I
them.
have seen Justin perform, and I was floored by how good he was.
He's
I
good.
was.
I think he's good. I
That's
do.
when I liked him. It was
He's a good
literally
performer.
seeing him live. So,
He's
but I
annoying.
need to
but I
know
think
who
he's a
are
good
the black artists that you've seen, though. You've got to list them.
Be
'Cause,
careful.
listen.
what you're saying.
Yeah,
Be careful.
we're not co-signing
What
yet.
you're
We need to say who it is.
Mate. But yeah, we can't. That's the problem in overall. We let too many people in. We don't understand ownership, and it is too many young kids were ushered in. They saw all the money, went to their heads. We've seen the fallout, and so now you've got trying to claw it back because it's not in our hands. Hip hop and the culture is not in our hands or in the hands of the people it should be in the hands of.
Yes, definitely. Okay.
Anywho, so this was a bit of it's not news or nonsense. It was a bit of discussion.
It's news that we just got to keep our
we got to keep
our eye on.
Yeah, we've got to keep our eyes on this.
All right, next up. Next story.
Mm-hmm.
Who's
I find one. I'm just letting
Been
you go
looking.
through it.
Oh, just let me. Okay, cool. Ruby Jackson. All right, Ruby Jackson. Next story. Ruby Jackson creates a black birthing app. She is a 23-year-old University of Brighton student midwife, and she developed the Melanatal app to address gaps in recognizing maternal and neonatal conditions on black and brown skin. Inspired by a lack of medical understanding, the app offers visual guides for conditions such as jaundice and preeclampsia. Jackson is part of the NHS Clinical Entrepreneur Program and aims to pilot the app in a healthcare trust. A recent report highlighted the higher mortality rates among Black women during pregnancy, further emphasizing the need for such innovations. So do you think we're on the road to recovery? I think I saw another article saying that, I think it was an American story, that Black women are more likely to be given a C-section than white women.
Yeah, we are.
Mm-hmm.
It's on all fronts. It's definitely needed. It's very interesting because remember the dancer that died over here. What was her name? It's totally gone out of my head at this moment. But her partner is called Global Bogger, and recently he was in a new relationship, and people were I think her name was Nicole. People were like, "Oh, you've got a new girl," da, da, da. But he also has released an app very similar, but it's using, I think her name is Nicole Fia. It's using her likeness. So it just feels a little bit weird, but it's doing a similar thing. It is like, it's a resource that you go to just find out a little bit more information. And also, I think his one links you with doulas as well. So I'm glad that people are using technology this way. I think it's a really good thing. And if I was in the business of having babies, I would definitely have this app.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's great, and I also appreciate anything that highlights the ratio of Black women who suffer in when they're giving birth. I think it's great because the government have said that they're going to do a lot, but again, it seems like one of those things that they're just not doing. How many horror stories do we hear about Black women going to hospitals and either dying or having bleeds or or just being treated like shit when they're in the birthing situation? It's just it's horrible.
Yeah, let me show you this. It's called Melanatal. It's called Melanatal app. I think I can. There we go. Oh no, not that one. Where has it gone? Oh, I don't know how to share it. But anyway, I'll put it in the comments. Melanatal app. So support it. Take some time out to look at it, and that's news that we need to know about. Moving through, I should have tied this into the last one. To be fair, there's another. Well, we know that there was some Young Dolph was murdered. Right, so Justin Johnson has been found guilty of the murder of Memphis rapper Young Dolph. He's 24 years old, and he was convicted of first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and illegal possession of a firearm. The jury delivered it.
Let's change the screen.
Yes, let's. Sorry, my God.
Yeah.
Back to us. Can you find the Justin Johnson picture, please, if possible? The jury delivered its verdict on the 26th of September, 2024, after a 4-day trial. Johnson has been sentenced to life in prison with further sentencing scheduled for November. Yet, despite all of this, apparently after he got this conviction, a post from his account said, "These N-words taking criminal responsibility. I'm taking street responsibility. Regardless, I'm forever the biggest. They can't throw away the keys before I ever eat the cheese."
What type of shit is that?
So basically, man saying he's snitching. You're taking a life sentence, probably because you don't want to be a snitch. I think we spoke about it before.
Snitching is just wild. Like that you wouldn't be snitching and you're going to go to prison for the rest of your life.
Do you know what's sad as well?
He'll start talking soon.
What's sad as well is that in prison, there will be people that will think he will snitch. So because they think he will snitch, God forbid they do something, but it's happened before, and that will force him into snitching and force him into a different way of life.
How do we release this? How do we? You guys are still talking about the music, but 24 is no age, and he does look like a baby. I think that's the point. It's like you've got that. I'm not going to snitch. Do you understand? Like, and when? What year? What day? What month? What week does it kick in? That shit.
Yeah, no, I give him 10 years and he'll probably start talking.
I don't even give him that.
Because then it will land like I'm really here. It's not like
yes.
You know what the thing is. I can even understand that type of culture flourishing over here, because if you're doing time and you're going in for murder, you're probably going to be out in 15 years. When they're telling you life, it's life.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not the same. So I can't see how you could be 24. You may be in prison for 50 years.
Yeah.
If you're lucky and you leave in your 70s, like you literally could be there forever. Really, like who knows how long you're going to be living for. And to take this vow, but his brain ain't even developed fully yet.
Honestly,
right?
And you know how undeveloped it is? Yes, exactly right, KW. He agreed. He thought he was going to get 40K or even more. And he only got $800 for it. He thought
a down payment of $800. Dumbass.
But then also this one, Nena says, does not care. He killed Young Dolph on his daughter's birthday. This one was sent to be the crash out.
Wild. This is the shit. This is, I mean, for real,
It's nonsense.
Yeah. Keep them off the streets anyway.
You guys are still arguing about the R&B singers.
No, because you know what Will Smith had? This Will Smith Goat 2 had a really long list of people that he has seen. So it was a phenomenal list. Went to the R&B block party, which had Donnell Jones. We know Donnell Jones isn't good live.
Yeah, he's rubbish live. I will
Jones.
never go to anything with him on the list again.
Jarquise. I don't think he's.
I don't know if he can sing live.
Drew Hill. What type of Drew Hill did you get?
Like
which
rich people.
version? Yeah, which video was you seeing? Tweet. I would have thought she could sing, but
I wouldn't have.
No, I think I've seen.
No.
I think I've seen Tweet live.
I'm not surprised she can't sing. No.
Okay. And then he went to DLT in Gunnersbury with Jasmine Sullivan.
My daughter went to that. I think she said she was good.
But wasn't Jasmine amazing? I've heard good things about Jasmine. Yeah. I don't know how Jasmine can have an off day.
I feel like I remember hearing that it wasn't that great at DLT, actually. I remember people saying.
I remember hearing she wasn't on for very long. I think it was that.
And that she sang too many covers and not her tunes. I think
there was some chat about her there, but then she did her own show and people were saying it was phenomenal. So a PA as opposed to your own show, sometimes you just turn up and do a job, innit?
So Will is saying that Justin Timberlake is not a better. No, Marianne's saying that Justin Timberlake is not a better performer than Jasmine Sullivan. Justin Timberlake, yeah. Boy, I have seen Justin Timberlake. He performed with Jay-Z at Wireless. He was good.
Yeah, see, who knows? But
then maybe I've seen him.
Yeah, if we went to that, yeah, it was Jay-Z and it was a Suit and Tie. It must have been the Suit and Tie album. Jay-Z and Justin Timberlake at Wireless.
Oh, yeah, because I hated that song.
Yeah, I
didn't mind it, but it wasn't his best. It wasn't.
You know me already. You got. I don't know what you got to do if you're not of the culture.
Okay. Can we move to? Oh, sorry. Talk about the laughing gas. Just looking at it.
Go ahead.
All right. So, Scissor's conspiracy theory about Whip It. All right. So there is a trend of inhaling. Is this what it's called in America? Galaxy gas?
Yeah.
Okay, this is interesting. So you've named it differently, which is nitrous oxide with whipped cream canisters. What's her name has one as well, isn't it? The whipped cream thing, Cardi B.
Yeah.
And it's got vodka in hers as well. But
either
way,
what?
Yeah, Cardi's
not the laughing gas. It's whipped cream.
Okay, but theirs is nitrous oxide.
The thing is, in order to do the whipped cream, you still have a little bit of nitrous oxide in there. That's why it comes in that canister. But then she's infused it with vodka and it's supposed to get you drunk quicker because of all of those things. And it's cream and it's sweet. And obviously kids love a whippy cream. So I think even Cardi's thing is super dangerous as well. But it's out there and people are buying it. So Scissor is saying that the fact that this is gaining popularity amongst young people and is being showcased in hip hop culture with like rappers like Baby Kia and Gorilla, they've been using it in their videos as well. It's very dangerous. And there has been quite a few people over here who have lost limbs, pass out. I don't think we've had a death yet from it, but it's super scary what it can do to young people, especially when they're doing it week in, week out. Like actually getting high from nitrous oxide, and you see the little canisters everywhere on the streets after a rave. I think it is a real poison, and the fact that it's being sold with hip hop, definitely there is something to it. They're trying to kill our kids. What do you think?
I agree.
Someone did die from it. I remember hearing it. I'm sure.
Yeah, someone died.
Yeah, I'm trying to I'll find out, but yeah, I think I remember hearing it. But yeah, it's super dangerous. People can also they can explode. The people have had like 3rd-degree burns and all different types of things, and it's just so easily accessible, and I can't stand it.
I don't know if there is an age limit properly, because you see, especially like the Whip It stuff, you see them in standard shops. So I don't know if anybody is really policing this. Like it's got to be over 18s. I feel like anybody can really get a hold of these.
Yeah. You can buy them on Amazon, can't you? This has been a problem. Look at this video. This is outrageous.
Huge canister though. That is massive.
That's the size of them though. That's when you see them in
London. When you see them in Carnival, it's disgusting. You just see them popping down the street with loads of them.
It's interesting, and it's funny because I don't know. It's not funny, but I feel like we're for the UK was years ahead because this is now happening. So I don't know if they've seen it from the UK, or was happening just wasn't popular, or I didn't notice it?
I feel like that's a case with a few things, because like even M Dizzle, I feel, and Ease, I feel like that hit there later than it hit here.
Yeah. This is wild. And there's a bunch of rappers that they're literally whip it rappers. That's all up in the video, and that's what they're doing.
Look at this. These guys don't even do it with a balloon. They're just straight in their mouth. Like no. This is wild.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
It's so dangerous.
Yes.
Look at them.
Her appendix burst from doing balloons.
Where is that? Didn't our Fab? Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Is it after doing balloons?
Yeah. We spoke about it on the show. That was one of the first times that I brought her as an enemy of progress. Because it's like, she was an enemy of progress because before she also used to talk about it in her lives, like going to my friend's house, going to do balloons, like it was a thing that she kept on doing. And then she did it, got very, very sick, had to go to hospital, and she was talking about it then, like actually, guys.
How did it make her appendix burst? What happens that it made her appendix actually burst?
I don't know. I can theorize it, but I don't know actually, like the various mechanisms of what it will do to your body.
So it says there's a report. There's a report that says between 2001 and 2020, there were 56 registered deaths in relation to nitrous oxide. And 45 of those being registered since 2010. That's crazy.
Because it's like, especially over here, it was really way more kind of raving culture. So you'd see it, not our raving, like white raving, like techno, that type of scene. They would out there with the balloons, and you'd see it after that. So when I went to Glastonbury, maybe it was like 2009 or something, and it seemed to take over festivals around then.
Yeah,
I did try one on the field, and I was like, the height is so temporary. You would have to be doing this for so long. It just didn't tickle my fancy, so I kind of left it there. But then I started seeing it outside of parties here. It was like, that's weird. Like, why are people doing this? It only lasts like a short amount of time, so you'd have to keep on doing it to get a high if you want it to be high. It's very strange. So I understand why the canisters are so big, because it's so short-lived, but that's then it has so much damage when you're trying to keep a high going. It's scary that it's so accessible as well.
I don't like seeing the older you are, the more, and I see you like my face already. I'm already looking at you like you're disgusting. Yesterday, I saw a group of guys in the area doing balloons just there in the daytime. Your group of, and your man boys, so they're probably in maybe late 20s. You're just on the roads outside with balloons. And I was like, what the hell is going on in your life? When I see older groans with a balloon just hanging out, they're just sucking and inhaling and exhaling on the balloon and then walking around. It's so disgusting. And you're absolutely right, Nana. It's too nitty-ish for me. It's like the culture. I blame Wayne for making lean popular because that opened the floodgates. No, to be fair, it's not Wayne's fault. He was part of it. But drugs has always been in the industry, and it's always been popularized and glamorized through different waves of the culture. Hip hop was weed, and then it turned to lean and scissor, but now I guess the Whip It Boys, and then there was that. But then all the other cultures had cocaine, and then Ease for jungle and garage. Like, do you know what I mean? Every industry, every genre of music has its thing, and I don't think it was just Wayne, but he got addicted. I guess one of the more visible guys that got addicted to it.
But I wholeheartedly agree with you. I cannot stand when I see people doing balloons. I think it is absolutely disgusting. If one white said a minute ago as well, they cleared 6,000 empty canisters from Carnival, and it's so gross. Big old grown men sucking balloons. It's like, look at the state of you.
Can we talk about the rise of vapes? It's becoming more prevalent in schools more than you think. Absolutely. From when
it really is.
Strawberry and flavors to the ting. And you think that for the way they market it initially, that is less harmful than cigarettes. But here they go,
But they don't know. That's what's even more irresponsible. They don't actually know.
Thank you, Destiny Love. I think it's funny when people, it's like, it's such a quick buzz. I think there's how I feel about drugs anyway. There's culturally, there are certain drugs that if you would know what you're looking for in your high. And I think if people were educated into the altered state that they want, they would have more informed than the campaign that was just say no. Like, I think you need more information as to what you're after, the same way you would know certain alcohols because you would have experimented with it. I'm not going to have a beer for this. I'm not going to have a dark because it will make me depressed. Like, you would know what you're going after, and there isn't the stigma with you trying out different forms of alcohol. If you could take drugs, or you give it another term so it doesn't have that kind of, oh, I'm a druggie, like, I think people wouldn't get so influenced by these short form highs that actually can destroy your body if you know what you're doing. Because if you want to get high for whatever reason, and I guess weed ain't doing it or alcohol doesn't do it, there are other substances that if they were legal, you could take in small doses that could give you an altered state for longer. But because you can't just take drugs like that, they set these things up purposely to kind of shun people as well. Am I being a drug advocate? Probably. But I think if people knew what they were taking and they could take it in safety, we wouldn't have these problems.
I think, the criminalization of drugs is the problem, and the people, and then the way they make it, like there's a certain type of people that do a certain type of drug, and then that gives them that criminal element, and they can scapegoat it. So I'm with you in that there needs to be more information. I just don't. I think what who was saying, I think there was something about information. Kweku Ghana. Kweku, is that how you spell your name? But how much info, Nana? There was legit a BBC documentary about a woman who done balloons and is in a wheelchair. But that's not what it is. Like, it's like
you should be doing that gas. Like, for the high that you're going to get, it's not going to happen. You'll be doing it so much that it probably is going to damage lungs. It's going to do something like your blood clots. Like, there's so many effects from it, where there are other drugs that you can take if you know the amount and it's controlled because it's not being polluted by other chemicals. That would give you an altered state for a few hours, which is then what people just want. They just want a little buzz for a little while.
And also, they don't. It's exactly that. It is information because you don't really know why. It's like your friends are doing it, so you're going to do it. I've only tried weed. I've not tried any other drug actually. And I was like a group influence. I smoked, and then let's try some weed. One thing I wouldn't do something that I didn't like just because other people were doing it. So I enjoyed the weed high, and I stopped when I had my child. But then it's like it's all ultimately peer pressure. Well, pressure without it being pressure. If you like want to try something, all your friends are doing it without really understanding what are you actually getting high for. Because there's also the element of fun and just youth, just trying to try things out. But I don't know.
I think Nana is onto something about being able to control doses and stuff like that as well. Because if you think about all these balloons and what it actually is, it's what they use to knock you out when you go to the dentist and stuff like that. It's not. These people are not. They don't have PhDs or doctor. They're not medical professionals. Do you know what I mean? They don't know what they're doing. So you don't know how your body can react to certain things. Yeah. It's just, it is actually crazy.
And
when I see it, I'm just,
the threat of dying. I mean, to me, like I think someone else mentioned, Leah Betts, that was a big enough warning for me not to try anything else because I was very much scared of my mum. So I was like, I'm not gonna try anything. I just don't want to have.
Name. Was she ecstasy?
Yeah, that was ecstasy.
It was a big pill thing, and she overdosed, and so she was the poster child of don't take pills. I had friends that took pills. But I was like, I just don't want to be the one anomaly. I badly wanted to try it, but also me and my friends had a really like innocent. You promise that you won't take them, and I promise I will take them. So let's promise.
Who was that? Who was that?
The South Lot. But I also know this.
I'm not going to throw no one under the bus.
No, I know. And one or two deviated from the plan. And I stayed true to the
more than one or two. I was there.
I know.
I had some deviations myself. I'm not even gonna lie.
You didn't make the pact. We made the friendship pact.
Nah, and like I think as well. Like I'm very aware of addiction being an issue, and I was more scared of that because who am I to say that I'm not going to become addicted to something? There's addiction in my family, so I was very much aware of. I've got this gene somewhere. I'm not looking to try anything that's going to make me fiend out. So,
and
it's scary.
I don't know. I think I have an addictive personally, but I don't actually know because some things are addictive. To actually make that discernment if I've got addictive personality or I'm addicted to the things.
Cara in the comments says she gave up caffeine a week ago. Cara, I'm a coffee fiend, but I have now successfully. Why are you saying no? You know this.
No, I didn't think you were
batter coffee. I batter coffee. Like when I'm at work, I batter coffee to the point of like ridiculous. I've now not had a single coffee since the beginning of July.
Oh, wicked.
The only other time I was able to do that was when I was pregnant. And Cara, it gets better because for the first 2 weeks, I felt like shit. My head hurt, but it does get better. I'm not saying that occasionally I'm like, oh, I could fancy coffee, but I just won't drink one now because I know that it was messing me up. So stick in there, hang in there.
What was coffee doing to you?
I only stopped because I stopped drinking oat milk, and then I realized after a while that because I can't drink dairy like cow's milk. That kind of made me. That's why I stopped drinking the coffee because I wasn't drinking oat milk anymore. Because what am I going to have? I'm not going to have a black coffee. That's rubbish. So I stopped, and then I realized after maybe about a couple of weeks or so, it was having more benefits for me than just not drinking the oat milk, and it was the coffee, like just headaches. And I suffer from migraines, but if you suffer from migraines, you can tell what a headache is and what a migraine is. And I would have headaches, and that's probably from the coffee. And just. Coffee wasn't something that I wasn't able to sleep or anything like that. That never affected me. If I had a coffee at midnight and I wanted to go to bed, I was always able to go to bed. I'm not that type of person. But I just have noticed like most definitely headaches and maybe, what's the word I'm looking for? My brain's gone blank. I wasn't as lethargic. I'm not, like I think that's what it's done for me.
That's interesting because the way that people say that it gives them energy.
It does though, because it's got caffeine. It kicks you. It does give you energy. Exactly, it's short term.
It's a short term energy. So you're able to actually use up all of your energy reserves in that run of from the coffee,
and then you crash.
And that's the cycle. So that's the whole thing. My sister had that as well. She stopped coffee. I think she stopped properly now. But she noticed that actually it was triggering anxiety. And she didn't know it was coffee. So, but once she stopped drinking it, was like, actually, that anxious feeling that I can run on, that I'm always feeling, is coffee. And it wasn't.
You can get the jitters like from it.
I don't drink coffee. I used to drink it as a child, funny enough.
Love it.
I don't drink coffee. It's just
in the mornings. And I have it black, very thick. And that is really to just go toilet. So it's not for everything. So I can substitute it with other stuff as well. Never been addicted to it. And I don't actually like it with milk.
Addicted. Like absolutely love a nice latte. Love it. So it's been when I'm at work. And this has been like, I feel like for my professional life, since I've been able to get like proper coffees at work, this has been a thing.
Yeah, I think again, I drank it as a child, but then I realized that I like black coffee. I don't like milk, and I'd have to have loads of sugar in it. I'm not in that bit of life. So it's just, I just knew that's not healthy. So there's no point. So I just never got into it. Thank you.
Literally a coffee connoisseur. That's why I always say, like, I don't know if you've heard me say, like, I won't go to Starbucks because the coffee's shit there. It's like syrup.
Yeah, I know people have different tastes of different brands of coffee.
This is very good.
I didn't like
Zobo.
Huh?
Oh,
It's not what you thought it is it?
That's not what I thought it was. I thought it was something
Did you think
else.
it was coffee?
Yes, I thought it was like an
You think
iced
it was black coffee?
Yeah.
Zobo, this drink is very, very good. If you see it in a shop, try it. It's brilliant. Yeah. It's hibiscus, ginger, and pineapple.
Oh,
My son.
I think I'm gonna try that and put some alcohol in it.
Yes,
I might have to do that.
Is it a juice?
Or
is
that
it
in a minute?
What's it?
Soft drink.
A juice?
It's a juice.
Oh.
You know what? This
flavor is that one again?
Hibiscus, so sorrel, ginger, and pineapple.
I definitely have to try that.
I want some.
With gin, this would be a
that's
banger.
gonna be good.
Nice mix up.
Maybe we do that for next live show. I've got a bit of gin at home. Yeah. I'll bring some. Me and Nana can try it.
Yes.
Don't act like you're part of this drinking thing.
I just
me and Nana thing.
I really wasn't. I didn't care. I really wasn't trying to be in your gang.
Drinking partner. Shall we have a bottle? Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Next live, we will be armed with our tings.
We will be armed with our things.
We'll have a bottle of prosecco.
Yeah.
No, of a Sobo, not prosecco. You need to have that.
Yeah, and with the gin.
Yeah, we'll do that. That'd be nice.
All right. So that was a news story and a half. What next? I think I'm tired today. Do you know? I think
I'm tired. I think from yesterday.
Yeah, we are.
You know, we did a lot, didn't we?
Yeah,
we did. A lot. Hang on. What else is
aliens?
Oh yes.
Yeah, do your alien story.
Okay.
I'll get it. I mean, you have to scroll through a bit, but I'll get the video up. But you,
okay? All right, guys. I mean, if you've been watching us for a while, you will know that I have always said that aliens are real. But apparently, a guy called Louis Elizondo, a former U.S. Army counterintelligence special agent, claims that unidentified aerial phenomena (UAPs) may represent a non-human intelligence. Based on his research conducted within the Pentagon, he suggests that these phenomena demonstrates technologies far beyond human capabilities and may be interested in Earth's military operations and nuclear capabilities. Despite presenting compelling evidence, Elizondo's assertions remain unverified, and the US government has not confirmed extraterrestrial involvement. His work challenges government secrecy around UAPs and raises important questions about the existence and intentions of these entities that loads of people have seen flying around the place. Lots of different pilots always talk about this as well. They're watching us. They're out here.
But didn't I swear, like maybe a year or 2 years ago, they didn't not admit it. There was a conference or a congress or something happened, and there were people talking, and they weren't like at NASA, and they weren't denying it. They were saying the statement that they gave was it's not of this earth or something like that, but they didn't say it in that way. So we know this. Yeah, I'm not surprised by this.
So
I've always
really nice to take a break American politics to talk about what is going on. Is aliens?
Well, first of all, we don't call them aliens anymore. That's kind of a politically incorrect term.
They're woke. The aliens are woke.
We now call them in the Pentagon NHI, non-human intelligence.
Okay. Maybe we should probably give people your bona fides a bit. You were in intelligence and counterintelligence for
So after college, I spent some controlled U.S. airspace over many decades, has been investing a lot of taxpayer money looking into this topic here. And it turns out that there are absolutely technologies that are coming into our controlled U.S. airspace over our sensitive military installations, may have the ability to interfere with our nuclear equities. And it's real. And not only are pilots picking it up and reporting it, also we've got on electro-optical data like gun camera footage, FLIR footage, and also radar data. And it's not just here. It looks like it's pretty pervasive all over the world now. Coming out and saying officially, yeah, there's something to this. I mean, these things look like they are definitely interested in our stuff. And furthermore, when the government first came out with their new UFO program called Arrow, their first report said, yeah, there's 143 of these incidents, but we expect these numbers to go down as we figure them out. The next report that came out, there was over 300. The next report, there's now over 800. So the number's increasing, not decreasing.
Okay, so why is this getting buried in the cycle or something? Because Donald Trump says, I hate Taylor Swift, so he just...
I mean, there's more to it. You can watch it. I'll drop the link in the thing, watch the whole thing. But he's literally saying that this is real. But what kind of worried me when I watched it was like, not worried, but, you know, the first thing is we've got our defenses up. And it's like they the government already is apparently, allegedly, from what this guy's saying, looking at it as an attack. So I think
they are going to
like they're going to be. He's like, oh, he gives an analogy. I'm going to try and find it, and then you guys can talk about it. But it's just like, why be on the? I don't think you should be stupid. Obviously, if there's these people there's these things that are looking at us and figuring us out, trying to figure out and try. Because they're saying they're very interested in our nuclear technology. How come it's so conveniently that? Is it that? Why aren't they interested in how we cook chicken? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, why has it got to be that?
You know what it is, though? Think about the governments that are saying these things, because that's their tactics.
Exactly.
Yeah. What do? They float, they look around.
At that point, we should probably get out.
Check out the opposition's military, and then find a weakness. That's their tactics. So they're thinking, what would we do? So that's how they're proceeding.
If they know that if they go to another planet, they are going to colonize it. It doesn't matter
100%.
What is there, who was there before, that's what they're going to do. So they're thinking that another species is going to do exactly the same thing as well. I mean, maybe.
It sounds like
it may be better under their
nothing much we can do about it. So, you know.
Who knows? Have you found it?
Oh, I've always believed in aliens anyway, because I think the universe is too vast for us to be the only people out here. And I also don't necessarily think that they're little green men with antennas. I think they're more like us than we would believe. They're among us.
Yeah, you know, I think there's like varying degrees of what this could be, depending on, you know, what the intelligence is as well, like what they are. It may actually be, it may be us in another timeline, and we're more advanced, and you can come and see other timelines. Like, it literally just may be us in different ways.
It could be.
There's so many different ways it could be seen for like what the aliens are. They may not necessarily be coming from another planet.
I like that idea.
They could be coming from here, but in another level to here.
But that's what they're saying, because
that was like Fringe. Do you remember Fringe?
Yeah, the different, like there's and sliding.
That's what it. Yeah, so Fringe literally was that, like the people, the watchers, and that's what they used to basically just go back and watch what had happened. This could be people in another time looking at, you know, they could be just studying history. They could be in their lessons, and as part of their history, this is their research. Like, what weapons did they use back in the day? You know, oh, this is their artillery. This is what they did. It could be anything.
Look at the thing with AI here. So, like, and the image generation. I'm on Midjourney a lot, and we'll put in various different prompts to get like Black women with like just various things, artistic things that I'll be working on, and how hyper real the images are that come along. I can't believe that this is just being generated. I truly believe that these are humans somewhere else, and I am getting a picture that they took within their lifetime, and I'm getting it here, and I'm now using it to put on t-shirts to sell. Like, I just think there's so many different ways that we probably interact with each other through other mediums. Maybe that person whose picture was taken and now I'm using it is like, what happened? Like, the aliens took my picture. Like, who knows in which way we're interacting with other entities. It may not be as foreign. Like, they don't have to look so peculiarly different to humans.
That's what I think.
I think it's
absolutely what I think, Nana.
I agree with you in the Fringe tip, Farrah. I think even the technology that we have today, that the things that we can do and achieve, it just seems like a seamless integration where any minute we will just get on a car that takes us up a level and is not on the ground, and it won't be as weird because the way they're introducing stuff, the way we've all adapted to AI, even though we're adapting whilst we're scared of it, whilst we're figuring it out, and it's just going to be part and parcel. So that kind of, it's a weird seamless integration. So it seems so normal that it's like they're peeling back the matrix, the barriers that they have between us is now disintegrating because they've been prepping us to kind of get used to what's going to be available to us. But they're looking at, because I think this is the point that I don't know if I've got it completely right, but Ronnie Chang, the interviewer, is saying this.
He said that if the truth of this came out, it would probably unite the world. But
we need it now. Let's go, aliens! Aliens, let's go now. This is the time.
The reality is,
this is the time. We got a lot of shit going down now. Aliens, come. Aliens. I'm down for aliens now. Okay.
If we look, uniting Congress is already a big enough challenge. Let's get these folks on the same sheet of music. Let's get the briefings they need, and then let them have a conversation with their constituents.
You're talking about paperwork. I'm talking about aliens.
Okay, but the government survives off of paperwork. It is a bureaucracy, unfortunately.
So imagine that, like, if it's like they're coming to get us, the one thing that could unite the world is uniting to defend ourselves against the aliens, as it were. And already this man who's coming to give this information is already doing double speak by saying, oh no, we can't unite the world. What we need to do is get the government on board and get them not fighting, but get them to be partisan and not bipartisan, all this type of stuff. But yet, again, even with the alien conversation, they won't use that to solve the world's problems. They've got to find a way to militarize it and make it beef. It's just like
how he thrives.
Because they want to stay at the top of the tree.
The host is jarring. Is he there all the time?
No, Ronnie's
no, he's not there all the time. He's okay. He's not there all the time.
They wrote, since John left, they rotate through hosts, but now John's back.
But John's back a lot.
He's back every Monday, and he did the political.
I actually love it.
I've been watching the show for however, I think from early days when it started.
Yeah, I don't watch it as much as you. Like, and I don't watch the show from start to finish. I will say that I watch like segments.
I love it. Daily Show's been the greatest. But yeah, he's all right. Ronnie Chang's all right. But yes, it wouldn't unite us. Someone would try to strike a deal with the alien. Of course they would.
Do you know what? They would. They absolutely would. I was watching a film the other day. Day After Tomorrow, because it's back on Netflix, and I was watching it. Yeah. And what's really interesting in that film, and I loved it, where it was like all of the Western world was affected. I know we're here, but all the Western world was affected, and then they had to go to like what was deemed third world countries because they weren't affected by the global warming crisis. Yeah. And they were trying to get in. They were showing the Mexican border, and all the Americans were trying to get into Mexico. And then Mexico had to make a deal with America, and the deal was that they would wipe their debt. I was thinking, no, man, not wipe debt. You, whatever I owe you, you now owe me. That's what they should have done. I think it's crazy.
I think who is it that said? I just hope that Aaliyah says. I just hope that aliens don't look terrifying. I mean, I think the way like I said, we're being integrated. You might see an alien just be like, oh, okay. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just might be like, okay, you got 6 eyes.
Very true.
How you doing?
And we're going to get used to it.
We are.
We know that there has to be something when they go deep down into the sea and they pull up the deep sea fish.
Yeah, those odd animals.
And what they look like. And it's like, come on now. If on this planet we can get to things where it's like, how the hell are you here? There's other things that are dwelling about the place.
There's still parts of the sea that we are unknown, that we don't even know.
We don't even know.
When I was in Dominica, we went kayaking in this part, and the guys were telling us we don't know what's there, and nothing can go there. Anything that's tried to go there, it just like blows up or whatever it is. It was, and I was like, that's a little bit scary.
Yeah. That's odd.
That's an alien. Like, what the hell are you doing here? Click on one of them.
I mean, what's that?
Disgusting. How is that a thing?
That kind of looks like a man.
That's what I'm saying.
It does, doesn't it? Oh, that's so gross. Oh, yuck.
what's it called?
What have they named it?
Hold on, let me go to this. I don't know the website. I'm not avid. This is just what they're saying. 15 bizarre deep sea.
Look at you! What you scared of offending the deep sea animals? You scared that they're going to sue you if you don't say allegedly.
Listen, these people are these people, and they're people. I bet you, they're people. You've got the giant isopod. There's like then you've got this, the Dumbo octopus. Look at that.
Like, who knows what these things are?
Oh, that's not what
that they're just saying was in the deep. We don't know. They could have found them and they landed on Earth. Like, I just
and that's
don't
where they live
anything.
now. It's true.
This is called the blob sculpin.
What are you doing? Like, we can't. Nothing's moving.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was
an octopus has like 8 brains or something.
Yeah,
it does.
Octopus is really intelligent. This is called a sculpin.
That's why they say you shouldn't eat it. Tastes good though.
Man.
Because they're so intelligent.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't eat them.
I mean,
I can't eat them. I know there's a lot of things I don't eat. I think I'm doing all right. Like, I don't eat red meat. I think that's really good for my carbon footprint.
Yeah, I think we could do. I do. It wouldn't be surprising. One day you're going to look at someone like Men in Black.
That's what I'm saying. I think they're here already.
You're going to see their eyes go front, front.
That's evolution. I think they're here already. I really do.
I think so.
I would like to see one. Just be nice. That's all. What if you've got a Bridgerton and he's got 6 arms? That's your Bridgerton, isn't it? And 4 eyes.
You know, it's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it is what it is.
Did anyone watch Free Body Problems?
Yeah, I didn't like it. I couldn't really get into it.
What was that?
What is that?
I think the alien thing. I thought it was more clever than it was. I think I didn't quite like it. I just think that they put romance in it and it annoyed me. I didn't need to have romance.
Free
Body Problem. Is it
on Netflix?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a cartoony thing?
No.
Okay.
Do you know what? I feel like that's something I started and couldn't get into.
Yeah.
Does it start off in like a foreign language?
I can't remember. I tried to do it. I can't remember. I don't know.
Have any of you watched the Lazarus Project? I've not seen that.
Yeah, I watched some of. I think. Hold on, Lazarus. I need to look at the people to remember. I didn't like. Yeah. Oh no. Yes, I do. That's Paparazzi. It's really good.
I like him though. I think he's a great actor.
It's on channel. It's on ITV. It's good.
He's building up a really good body of work where like you trust him in things. You know,
definitely
there's going to be quality.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Okay,
yes, I'm going to watch this Free Body Problem thing. It looks like something I would enjoy.
Yeah, it's just there's just a through line that's annoyed me. You know, so get into talking about aliens and stuff. We're going to do the dreams one as well, or go on to something else.
Yes, you see, Cher said the program starts in China. Yes, I thought so. Because when I put it on, I was like, is this the right thing? And then I was watching it, but I couldn't get into it. I'll go back to it if you guys are saying it's good.
Oh, okay. All right. So there is evidence out there that they can record your dreams. Japanese scientists led by researcher Yu Takagi and Shanji Nashimoto at Osaka.
Nana.
Sorry, relax, child. You didn't go that far.
At Osaka University have developed advanced AI and fMRI technology to analyze brain activity during both wakefulness and sleep by using functional magnetic resonance imaging to monitor the brain's visual cortex. Combining it with AI models like Stable Diffusion, they can reconstruct simple images from the brain with around a 60% accuracy. That's kind of nuts, actually, when you think about it, that a machine could then pick up your brainwaves and create the images that you're seeing within your head, which kind of would suggest that it really is just a computer inside. Like, it's just a machine that we are running with as well. But yes,
Fringe again. I'm sure there's an episode in Fringe that they do this.
Fringe
They
is
did.
good. You're right, Fringe. Fringe is really
Have
good.
you never seen it?
No, I've never even heard of it.
God, with Joshua
Fringe-
Jackson.
Hold on. You need to
No.
watch Fringe.
Never.
Fringe is a great series. I
Yeah.
highly recommend it. I've
it's on-
even
got it on-
rewatched it multiple times. It's really
It's on-
good. But
it's
there's an episode like this in Fringe.
Oh yeah, where they're because I know that they you know, there's like research. I actually applied for one of them where you can go and you stay there for a week, and it is about them mapping out your dreams and seeing the quality of your sleep. But yeah, I didn't get selected. I'm so interested in them being able to kind of map out your brain and work it like a computer. That's also probably dodgy because then they could also program me as well.
That's what it's given me.
That's because that's the reason why.
Or they could program you, or they could just keep you in this deep sleep state and use your organs, harvest your organs.
If I can trust,
I'm so interested in these things, but I don't trust them. But I did apply because it also came with financial benefits, and I thought I'm interested in dreams. I should just go and do this experiment. But I didn't get selected. The answer were like, not you. You've got work to do, love. So
I would love to. I'd love to be a scientist and really research into these things. I'm fascinated about that. But there's not one government body that I would trust with my brain. Even going to hospital, I have to be like, okay. But I would just be wondering I really would like to know what my dreams are, because I have odd dreams, and I'd like to see them played back and understand the relevance of them.
Yes. Joshua Jackson.
No, he's not Will Smith.
Pacey.
Pacey.
Remember Pacey?
That's Joshua Jackson. That's not doing a thing with my girl.
I don't even know if they're still doing a thing. You know, they've not been about.
I mean, it's all alleged.
Did you say allegedly? It's not alleged. They were showing. They were doing PDA.
Yeah,
they were doing PDA on the beach.
I thought that was not a clear picture.
No, they were clearly PDAing on the beach.
There was a whole series of them lip sync.
Yeah, we spoke about it on the main show.
Oh my god, I yawned with my mouth open. I just didn't want it to be true because I just want her to have a lovely.
I mean, we don't know if it's still true.
People liked him. He likes black women, innit?
Well, now he does. He was with not black women before.
Oh, okay.
I think Jodie.
I mean,
Jodie turned him. Jodie.
Yeah, she did.
Oh god. Maybe he is. But yeah, I don't know. What has he done to be invited to the cookout? I don't
just
know.
date one does not mean that you.
That's all he did.
That's what he does. You plus one. You're a plus one.
That's all he did. I have always liked Joshua Jackson. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean,
I liked him on Dawson's Creek. He was probably my favorite character on that because I hate.
And then what was that other show he was in? The Affair. He was in The Affair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't care. He's a good actor, and that's about it. And then he was invited to the cookout for whatever reason. I don't know. He was like the counter to Dawson. So
yeah, he's anti-Dawson because Dawson was hella annoying.
Hated Dawson.
Me too, with his teafal head.
Oh,
do you know what I used to call him? This is really bad. I feel really bad for it. I used to call him James Van der Big Head.
Yeah, that's what they called him.
No, that's what I called him.
Oh, I thought I saw that as a nickname.
No,
anyway.
I would call him James Van der Big Head. His head's like that.
Huge. Okay, so I need to watch Fringe.
You do need to watch Fringe.
Oh, would you actually go for them to do Imogen?
No. That's like, what's the Vanilla Sky, Tom Cruise's film? What's the film where dreams? There's a couple of films. Sure, there's a popular film. I think it might be Vanilla Sky with Tom Cruise and who's the Mexican woman that he went out
Cameron
with?
Diaz. Oh no, Penelope Cruz.
No, that was
Penelope Cruz.
I think Vanilla Sky. I swear it had something to do with dreams and that type of state. And I like shows where you send your dreams. I don't trust them. What they'll do to me, and I'll walk around starting doing madness and killing people or something.
Yeah, I don't trust them.
I mean, this is the thing with the whole Diddy saga and this. One of the places where they were getting the young men from, it was called like the something beer. It was like the Cowboy Bears or something, and it's like a whole load of male strippers, escorts. 3 of them are now in prison for doing wild things. and they all worked for this one agency. And there's the one that spoke about Diddy and Cassie when he was arrested in I think it was like 2019, and he shot up a Trump building. He didn't kill anybody. This is the thing. So the dude's an escort. He's doing his thing. He sues Diddy and he gets money and he buys houses, and it's all there. All of that paperwork is there. He then he was in over how they all figured it out. He was in overdraft for time. He tells a neighbor, I've sued Diddy. I was working with him and Cassie and I got herpes, and he sued him and he managed to get 2 million out of Diddy. He goes and buys houses. So he went from being an overdraft to having $1 million drop into his account, starts doing real estate stuff. He stops the escorting a bit, but then somehow goes mad enough to go into a Trump building and start shooting at security guards and get arrested. Another person who he worked with did a similar thing. This one actually killed 5 people in prison for the rest of his life. How?
What?
Yes. That's it. Cowboy Bears. I think it was Cowboy Bears or something like that. But it's a wild story. If you guys look into Jonathan Oddie, Tisa Tells did a really good insert into it, but there's a few more people like talking about this and putting it together with all of the people that worked for this escort agency. Fascinating. So there has to be some type of ultra mind control.
I was going to say mind control. You know, certain drugs can make you do certain things.
Psychosis of it all.
So that's it. That's the word. Wow, that's crazy. The man went in and started shooting up the place.
Exactly. He was normal, apparently having breakfast. He had breakfast with a neighbor all the time. He was normal the week before. Next week, you're shooting up places.
Or, you know, like in films, again, we're going to films and, you know, sci-fi and stuff where they put a chip in you and it activates.
Yeah.
Who knows what these people have had done?
So that's Vanilla Sky is about, that's it. Tom Cruise had an accident. He was just horribly disfigured and he had reconstructive surgery. And when he wakes up, he's having flashbacks after the surgery, because what do they do during surgery? And I think it's all connected to his brain. He starts thinking about other things and remembering other things. And
it is scary what could take place, like how you could be mind manipulated. But they say they probably do it through loads of different methods. So even when you're watching your phone, in films, there was one film that came out recently. I think it was Don't Look Up.
Yeah.
And I watched some conspiracy person saying that there's an actual underlayer of sound. And when you strip the sound, there is another kind of like dot sequence within it. And they were saying, who knows what that does? Because why is it there on the film? So who knows?
Oh, we had a conversation today about the sound waves they had a Siri and it randomly turned on. So we just talked about Siri and stuff like that. I can't remember what he said, something like when you're moving through waves and your Wi-Fi, there's something about the way it adapts to make sure it's giving you the best thing ever, the best reception ever. But the way it's adapting, it's also recording. And so it's not the waves are recording your movement. So it's remembering your movement patterns. And at the moment, that data is not being stored, but it's room for that data to be stored. So whatever they can build off the back of that. So even our Wi-Fi is against us. Just trying to connect our laptop is trying to kill us.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it?
I'm not surprised by that, though.
Yeah.
I don't trust
they've made all these things really accessible and easy, but we don't really know what they're doing.
So what if, the BFG could capture dreams?
Yeah, good.
The BFG. Okay, then, Agrail. You're hilarious. The BFG. You said that with like, this is a fact.
It wasn't it. No, it was a while ago, but I definitely had a green dream catcher in my room when I was in uni. That I was always like, any type of protection. But
when we moved, when we took my granddad back home, he had these dream catchers that wasn't many things that he wanted in the house. My gran kind of like had all her titivation and her paraphernalia and shit like that in the house, but he had dream catchers, And I remember like when he was basically, he's like on his deathbed and we were getting out of the house for him. And he said, I want one in the front, I want one in the back, and I want one on the veranda. And that's how we had the dream catchers. It's quite cute that he did that.
Oh. Coco.
Oh my God. It's his birthday today. That is why he came into my head.
Oh, look at that.
My granddad would have been, what's the year? He would have been 93 today.
Oh, wow. It's 27th.
Yeah.
Oh. What are you using to do the curls in your hair?
I've got the black man rubby thing, and I put
in... The black man rubby thing?
The sponge. She means the sponge with the jaggy thing. That's what she means. The black man rubby thing. What are you using? That's what she's saying, you know. What is that? Let's clarify. It's nothing untoward. It's the sponge.
Use a mixture of Sporting Waves, the black pot, and then I mix it with, like, because we had the shows, I wanted to be a bit defined and last. I mix it with Nixon gel. I don't normally use a gel every day; it's unnecessary. But literally, my hair just needs a bit of wax, and I use, because I'm allergic to. Well, I was allergic to kind of like the shine gels that they use for edge control. So all that used to disagree with me. But so yeah, just the wax and a bit of that, and that's it. And then I use the black man rubby thing. That's it. And thank
again,
you.
the sponge, because that could be misconstrued. The black man rubby thing.
I'm a black man rubby thing. Are you? Okay. Let me just clarify.
See what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying?
Black man rubby
thing.
You
know what? It's Joe. I swear I just had a vision of seeing Joe's name pop up.
Yes, I think Joe was there. Joe is Joe, and I think I said it. I'm not gonna.
Joe, are you in the chat still? Because it was. I'm so glad he was there. Thank you for coming to the live. If you are still in the chat, it was lovely meeting you as well. You gave us proper joke.
You did. With your freaky Joe, freaky ass Joe. This is me. This is me modeling. This is me. This is what I do. I don't use water though. I just use wax. Okay. I use a black man rubby thing. Yes. Does it.
Yeah, Joe was a vibe last night. He really was. It was great that he was there.
What the hell is Sistrin saying?
What?
Hi, Sistrin, by the way. I didn't even get a chance to say hello to you. Thank you for coming. Have you seen the video showing blue magic hair grease being mixed with Vagisil? Apparently it grows your hair and kills any bacteria.
Ew.
No. And I usually will see on the internet. I have not seen that. But I get it, because isn't that mono strap thing similar? Isn't that a vaginal thing that people are using? It's mono something or another, and people put it on their edges, and it's supposed to kill a fungus that can be in your hair that will make your hair fall out. So I guess
I'm saying but it's not like it's come from the vagina. It's,
no,
it's it's just a connotation, isn't it? Yeah. I did see a girl the other day online, and she was using Head and Shoulders as a face wash because she had fungal acne, and someone had suggested it to her to clear up her skin. Head and Shoulders shampoo, because it's antifungal. Does it make sense?
Hold on. We were talking about dreams, and now we're talking about antifungal.
I mean, is this not what we do? Are you new here?
Especially at the 2-hour mark when it turns into the witching hour.
Witching hour. It's the witching hour.
They will throw anything out.
If we're at the witching hour, it's time for some nonsense. It's time for some nonsense. So guess what? I don't know what I got so excited, and is there even nonsense? Let me see. Farrah, you haven't even read a story, girl. Oh, this is my nonsense. Okay.
Is there a picture to it?
Yes, there's a video, I think, if I've got it right, of the panda dogs.
I saw this on the doc. I thought I'd leave it to you.
I think it's. Have you got it?
Yeah, I'm lining it up.
A zoo in China, in China's Guangdong province, has gone viral after it admitted that 2 pandas on display were actually chow chow pups. Dogs, chow chow dogs, painted to resemble pandas. A visitor captured a video of the dogs, which was shared on Douyin, China's TikTok, garnering over 1.4 million shares and 725,000 likes. So Zoo clarified that the dogs were part of their attraction and were clearly labeled as painted dogs on a sign. But why? But anyway, that was
They
it.
may be unbearably adorable, but they aren't actually bears at all. The latest exhibit at this zoo in eastern China had visitors doing a double take. These pandas are really chow chow puppies, advertised as panda dogs, and social media can't get enough of them. Look quickly, and there's a resemblance to the rare giant panda. Sort of. But some zoogoers in China aren't happy about what they call a deception. According to Chinese state media, the zoo said it dyed the dogs black and white because they didn't have any pandas. A worker insisted visitors are not being misled and that the fuzzy chow chows are accurately described as dogs. A spokesperson for the zoo tells media outlet Jam Press, people also dye their hair. Natural dye can be used on dogs if they have long fur. But how do the dogs feel about it?
This is something that's kind of being forced on the animal for the sake of human entertainment.
A little bit.
It isn't the first time a Chinese zoo was mixed up in an animal controversy.
Was that
Last year, Angela, a Malayan sun bear, went viral after it was caught on camera walking on its hind legs. Social media exploded, with some claiming it was a person dressed up as a bear, which was later debunked. Actual pandas are an incredible sight, lovable and playful.
That looked like a dude, though. It really did look like a person.
That looks scary. It was like, yo, wild one.
How scary is that?
That was scary. It did look like it had a suit on, the fursuit.
It did. Why did they need to do this? Not by force, but I guess people are always struggling, I guess.
What's amazing to me is that people are offended that there are dogs being kept in a zoo that have been dyed. But they're not offended that animals are being kept in the zoo. Other animals. That's okay. But dogs, how dare they? They're keeping the dogs incarcerated. Dogs!
Yeah. You know how they feel about their dogs.
This is the thing. It's like I hate zoos for that. I think they're such horrible places.
Okay, another place.
Animals. It's actually out of order.
They are. I went to one zoo with Egypt, and it was just actually really sad. Like they had lions and stuff, but they were just kept behind cages. And I was like, this is not nice at all.
Yeah.
We went to one in Miami one time, and we got so lost in Miami that we ended up finding this zoo, and the gorilla king was just looking so. He literally was like,
no, I can't. I mean, I've actually never taken the boys to the zoo.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes I feel like, because obviously everybody's been to a zoo, but I'm if they go with school, but none of their schools have actually done a school trip to the zoo either. Yeah, I'm not. I don't think I can participate in it.
Would you go on safari?
I've been to.
Not even with a safari, you know. I just, unless you're really going through the Serengeti.
Yeah, of course.
Because if I get eaten by a lion, it's my own fault, isn't it?
I did go to. They have got. I can't remember the name of it. My brain is really bad today, guys. Sorry, but there is. I did go to one, and it's quite a journey from London, but it's very much open, and they do have lions and everything there. But unlike the one I was talking about before.
Is it Windsor Safari Park?
No, it's not Windsor.
Oh, okay.
It's not Windsor. But the monkeys, you're driving around in your car, and it's like being on safari. But it wasn't Windsor because it was far, and Windsor's not far at all. But that was the only place that I actually felt like, okay, this is not too bad, because it's on acres and acres of land, and it used to be this rich person's, and he just basically donated it because he made money in something else. And there's just like acres and acres of land, and lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, they are just very free, and the monkeys do jump up on your car, and it's actually really nice. I'll try and remember where it is, but
Coco says, is it Woburn Safari?
Yes, thank you. Yes, that's exactly where it is.
There we go.
Yes, thank you, because that would have bugged me. I would have had to go into my pictures and look at what the name of the place was.
I've got another nonsense. Another lot of people faking the funk. Okay. This happened.
Ball in Detroit was a disaster for fans who reportedly paid 200 to 1,400 AUD for tickets. From raw food, not enough seating, to an unpaid photographer. Increased backdrop. The so-called Regency experience advertised live performances that turned out to be a lone violin player and a pole dancer. The website also advertised a Diamond of the Season award for the best dressed attendee, but that also never happened. The event was originally scheduled for August, but was rescheduled to September, and no refunds were provided to those who couldn't make the new date. The event organizers, Uncle and Me, have apologized and taken accountability for the shortcomings. First, the Glasgow Wonka experience, and now this? What's the next disappointing event based on a popular medium?
Basically. That's so bad.
That's so poor. Oh no.
Bridgerton fans were outraged after an unofficial Detroit-themed ball based on the popular Netflix show failed to meet expectations. Held on Sunday, as said, the event promised a glamorous Regency-era experience with ballroom dancing, music, and elegant costumes. They described this as citing cheap decorations, undercooked food, stripper was random, one lonely violinist. Tickets started at $150, and it's not. And it
started at $150.
It was not associated with Shondaland or Netflix. Many attendees demanded refunds, comparing the debacle to the infamous Fire Festival. And then, yes, I don't know if you guys. I couldn't find a video quick enough of what happened in Glasgow, the Wonka experience. I'm going to try and find.
There was a clip of it in there, but I was going to say before you go. I wanted to analyze that still.
Let's go back. There was a better video. I couldn't. There's so many clips.
I want to analyze the still that you just had. Okay, because I saw a load of things.
There was a lot. We could watch it again if you like.
Just go. If you can go back. Look, this is on a shower curtain.
Yeah.
Look, it's on a shower curtain, and then look at the carpet. No, go back to the end. I want to analyze the end.
Sorry.
And in that, where the man is with the purple suit, why is there a poster of a tower block?
During the Regency era.
You know what is so out of order about this stuff? There's people there, so you got money in.
Exactly.
It was under, attended. You have people there.
Look at the food.
So where's all the money gone?
Hold on, let me find
in their pockets.
Like, why are people sitting on the floor? Why are you sitting on the floor? Go home.
If we got there and it was like this, we're leaving.
I'm going.
I'm staying. I'm going home. After I cuss them and get my money back.
Nah, man. Sitting on the floor for what? That is crazy work.
No way.
Yeah.
The stripper in the middle as well. Crazy. On the pole dancer, should I say?
Look, why was there a stripper? Like, who?
What part of Bridgerton is that?
Maybe exactly what part of Bridgerton is that? Look,
when they go to like the brothel type places, maybe they was like, you're gonna have
not even that. They never had a pole.
Just an experience.
There's no pole.
Yeah, other perspective. It looks
and folks were queuing as well. Nah, I'm vexed.
It wasn't that what they were seeing there. Look at
it. You know what the thing is? Like, I'm not paying, but if we was invited to a Bridgerton ball and they gave us dresses, I would go. I would love to go.
Yeah, I'd go. I'd definitely go.
I went to a Bridgerton experience.
You did.
What season was it? And they put a warehouse on. It was really good. Like, it was really done properly. Not this. I would have died. Look at this.
I'm walking in and leaving again.
Look at this one.
Look at the food.
Oh my god. That's
look
gross.
At the food.
All right. I don't want to look at it.
Terrible.
Why are people even staying? Like, this is a hazard.
Why are you eating? What did she say? Let's see.
No, that looks like she went somewhere else afterwards.
You think of gold, you think of accents, you think of florals everywhere, and lacking in every way possible.
Attendees say they paid between $119 and about $1,000, depending on the kind of ticket they chose. And that's on top of the hundreds some say they spent on their costumes, leading partygoers to believe they would be attending a similar event like the Queen's Ball, organized by Netflix and Shondaland.
How does it feel knowing how it actually went? I know that I got completely played.
But this Bridgerton-themed ball now drawing comparisons to the failed Willy Wonka experience, which went viral earlier this year.
You paid money. There's children here.
And even the famous Fire Festival.
We expected a transformation, a transition back in time, and it just didn't happen.
Rakisha Johnson was contracted to do some decor, but she says she didn't bring the dollar store decorations people are complaining about online.
The stuff that looks professional and nice, it was definitely done by Designs by Rakisha.
Johnson says as she was leaving, the organizers asked for more.
And she asked me, can I please stay and help? So I said, well, I'm dressed in my son's jersey because I just left my son's game, but I'll for sure help you because you don't have anyone.
Uncle and Me LLC, the event planning company behind the Bridgerton Ball, has not responded to NBC News' request for comment. But Chelsea Beard, who was an organizer of the ball, issued an apology on her Instagram, saying, quote, "Our goal was to create a magical evening, but we recognize that organizational challenges and unforeseen changes impacted the experience for some guests." And saying they take responsibility for the shortcomings and they're working diligently to address all concerns.
What do you think should happen next?
No.
I mean, I'm sorry. That is piss poor. No.
That is not an apology.
No.
Why did the black woman put her face there?
To 1,000.
You know what? Because I didn't want to be. Was I thinking this is giving? Is it us that
Listen,
put it on?
for the black woman, she was asked to dress tables and to provide furniture. That's what she did. It's not up to her to dress the event in Bridgerton style.
No.
So maybe that's why, but maybe people online have been saying shit, so she's like, nah, don't come from my shit. The shit that looks good, that's me. The rest of it is on them. But no, that was a piss poor excuse. Are you crazy? So you've put on this event. You don't know what you've ordered. She clearly knows that what was ordered was some curtain pole and some glitter. That was it. Nah.
I don't want it to be us. I feel like it's a black company.
It is. Did you see the caterers? Wait, did you see the caterers? It's us. There was.
I feel like it was us.
It's us. Just say that you took the money then, didn't it? It's us.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's the worst thing.
Why? It was us.
Look at it. It's just in a basic banqueting hall. There's no dressing.
No lighting.
They flung up some Amazon. Nothing. They flung up some Amazon backdrops.
Oh
no!
But even this isn't good either. To be fair, this is not.
It isn't, but it's not piss poor. Like if depending on what event she was, what they budgeted for, what they asked for, that's what she gave them. They probably said to her, "Can we have some banqueting style tables?" And like I know how the thing set. We want some banqueting style tables that seat 12, maybe round one, circular, please. That's what we want. That's what she gave them. She probably didn't say it was Bridget. Look at that backdrop.
Look at that backdrop.
Look at the one big flower in the corner. Look at the one big flower.
What was you supposed to get for $1,000? As somebody said, Americans do have too much money because $1,000. What was I going to get for that? To go to a Bridgerton thing? What was I going to
expecting some people from the cast?
I need it all.
But it's extravaganza, exactly the type of thing that they saw in the
show as well. And
oh my God,
as well.
that is wild money to pay to go to some event.
I heard
if you're a super fan.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
I'm only going as a super fan. I would only hand over that money if it is done by Shondaland.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because that's a vast $100, and I'm gonna pay $1,000. What's the $100 person getting where me and them are in the same building? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, do I get to stay over? Is it an experience? Is it a weekend event for me? They're just coming to the dinner and that's it. Like, what am I getting? Do I get a part in the next series?
Yeah.
What do I get?
I need it all.
That's what
what do I get?
Sisson said the same thing for $1,000.
Oh, see? That's what I'm saying. I want a part.
Mate, that is wild. But they're saying, speaking of Fire Festival, I heard that they're trying to bring a second one back. There was a video saying that, Fire Festival 2 is coming. And then the guy that was behind it deleted the post. And then it's just been the story that he deleted the video. But apparently Fire Festival 2 is coming back.
Isn't he in jail?
No.
Oh, no, he didn't did he even go in properly? Maybe he only did like a year, but he wasn't inside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Billy's been out for a while.
Okay.
Oh, look, there's tickets. I know they must be lying. They must be
why
lying.
would you risk it? Anyone that actually buys tickets for that, I'm being serious now. Anyone who actually buys tickets to Fire Festival, why would you risk it?
Now, this must be a lie. This must be a lie. This is trying to make people log in and you're going to get all your details stripped. It can never.
Where's Ja Rule?
Nah, someone's messing about. This is not true. There's no way.
Yeah, where's Ja Rule?
He should not be anywhere near it. Look, except for April.
Access all areas.
It's taking a long time to load. Not for real. Look. Fire Festival 2 is set for April. In an interview with NBC News. Okay, let's find that interview. We have a private island off the coast of Mexico in the Caribbean, and we have an incredible production company who's handling everything from soup to nuts. Yeah, soup
to nuts.
From soup to nuts. He's saying. He said he expects.
Why are you saying from soup to nuts? Why is that what you're saying?
That's what he's saying. 25th to 28th.
He's going to feed them nuts and soup.
It's to be attended by 3,000 people. Let's find this video.
Who's bought tickets to this?
I don't even understand why he isn't just changing the name. Like, no one's going. Oh, honestly. Will Smith says Billy McFarlane works for Trump, apparently.
Shut up.
Oh, God.
Look, here we go. Oh, no, this is Piers Morgan. This is a year before. This is a year ago. 2 months ago. Five. Okay, it's just lots of people speaking and speculating. But yeah, it's back, guys. Let's book a ticket.
You book a ticket. Tell me what it's like when you're there.
If I go, you know you're going.
I'm never going.
Here we go. I found
right,
something.
Nana, you couldn't pay me to go to that.
You couldn't pay me to go to this festival. It's actually okay. I don't need to get stranded.
Yeah, I'm good.
You like adventure. Here we go. Let's see what he's saying.
April 25th of 2025. So we're 7.5 months away. We have a private island off the coast of Mexico in the Caribbean.
Have conversations at least begun with any musical acts?
We have new talent for Fire 2. It's not going to be just music. For example, Karate Combat, we're in talks with them to set up a pit to have like live fights at Fire Festival 2.
McFarlane says he's already sold 100 tickets at $500 a piece, and packages will go on sale ranging from $1,400 to $1.1 million.
What do you get for $1.1 million?
You will be on a boat. You'll be scuba diving with me. You'll be bouncing around to other islands and other countries on small planes.
You believe someone will pay $1.1 million for a Fire Festival 2 experience?
So we put applications for the $1 million ticket up a few months ago. We had over 100 people apply. Fire Festival 2 is happening April 25th of 2025.
But we know that Billy is a liar.
Come on, he's got lie written all over him. Who's believing him? This is not a believable interview. It's not. This is just him trying to get some more money. It's absolutely ridiculous. He's not wrecking nothing. Which islands? This is all in his mind again. Do you remember it was in his mind before? This is in his mind. This is in his mind.
Billy lied.
You'll be island hopping. You'll be on planes and scuba diving with me.
Who was the guy that he sent out there and it was like,
oh, in it, they sent out you. They're going
he's got to suck some dick for him. Billy is a liar.
It's
lying.
wild. It's Andy King. His name was
Andy.
He's already sold 100 tickets.
Is there a clip of Andy? Let's go to Andy King.
No, but listen, did you see the bit where he said it's not just music? We're in talks for them to do this. So you don't know.
He hasn't even.
Wait. So you don't know. Nothing signed. You don't know.
I'm going to pay $1 million to go on boats with you and small planes to different countries.
And you still haven't got your scheduling right for something that's not that far away, really, because you're announcing the date. And all these different things that you're saying, you have to put them things in place. And recce and health, all of these things. You're lying, Billy.
So here's good old Andy talking about, I don't know if it's going to mention what he says. I don't even know whether we land on copyright of all of these things. So I don't want to demonetize us, but here we go. There we go.
Whaler trucks filled with Evian water. But I had left the week before for 2 days to go to meetings in Bermuda for the America's Cup. And when I came back, I'd missed the big meeting with Customs. And of course, Customs had said to Billy and the gang, you need to pay us $175,000 in cash today for us to release the water. I went down. Well, Billy called me. I'm going to speak completely, this won't go that far, I'm sure. But Billy called and said, Andy, we need you to take one big thing for the team. And I said, oh my gosh, I've been taking something for the team every day. He said, well, you're our wonderful gay leader, and we need you to go down. Will you suck dick to fix this water problem? And I said, Billy, what? He said, Andy, if you will go down and suck Cunningham's dick, who's the head of Customs, and get him to clear all of the containers with water, you will save this festival. And I literally drove home to shower. I drank some mouthwash. I'm like, oh my gosh, and I got into my car to drive across the island to take one for the team. And I got to his office fully prepared to suck his dick. But he couldn't have been nicer. And he's like, Andy, listen, I will release all the water. I will let you serve it. But I want to be one of the first people to be paid.
I forgot about this. I forgot about it.
I never forget this part of the whole documentary. This was the part I rewound. And was like, no, Andy. No. Why? What has been? This is mind control. What has Billy done? Why? Why would you take one for the team?
Why would you? He's not joking, Aaliyah. He was not joking.
No, he was ready. Andy is dead serious.
He's that guy.
He is dead serious. He was going to take one for the team.
I took a shower. I swallowed a bunch of mouthwash, and I went down fully prepared to take one for the team.
And only because the man was nice. And we just asked to get paid. And thank you, Ezra Sprites. Being gay is not consent to be pimped out.
Exactly. What kind of fuckeries is that? That's why Billy can't be trusted.
No, you can't. Imagine trusted. Your boss asking, or I don't know, where was he in the hierarchy? Being asked to go and take one for the team. What amount of money would you take one for the team?
All right. Let's set the scene here. Okay, it's either, because we're throwing them both in there. Charlemagne has come with a deal. Joe Budden has come with a deal for the podcast, and it's like, look, we are going to make you our flagship show. Like, we are putting $1 million behind your marketing. But what I need is one of you girls to service 3 of my boys.
For $1 million. It's
for millions.
We're going to stay in this, Nana. We're going to stay in this space.
Box forever.
If it's down to me, if they're talking about me, we're going to stay in this space forever.
Well,
forever.
10 million they're prepared to put into the pod.
We're going to stay in this space.
All you got to do is suck 3 man dicks.
We're staying in this space.
Because you see when you feel like you're protected by your husband, yeah? We will fling you first. you got something to go back to.
Because you're the one that's always like, look, wasn't you saying about Wrinkly Rupert Murdoch? I'd do that. I'd do 6 years. I'd like leave Ross to go back to him. And then afterwards, when he's take his money, and me and him get back together.
One's like, I thought when he went home and shouted, I thought he was going to say he felt dirty at being asked. No,
that's what I thought. That's what I thought he was going to say. I literally thought that part of the documentary.
Exactly. Will Smith, Wax, Andy Schultz, and Akash already. Willie's out. 10 million going into the pod.
I'm not doing it.
I'm not doing it. I'm so always I'm indecisive. I'm not doing it.
This is the most decisive you've ever been.
JW, $1 million a piece, no cameras, and therapy money thrown in.
No. Oh, I will still no.
No, because there's something about the act of that.
Last year, what, the only people I've ever done that to are people I've been madly, deeply in love with, and there's like only a couple that's even experienced that in my life.
Yeah,
for me,
the only people you have threatened to give heads to. Rephrase what you're saying.
Who?
You, because it sounds like the only people I've done that to are.
No. The only people I've actually like gone down on are like people I've absolutely been madly, deeply in love with, and it's like two of them that have received that in my life.
One you can kind of think about, but three, and they're all
after
in the
one after the island. Disgusting. Did you say one you can think about? So you're going to give it to Andrew Schultz.
Andrew Schultz.
You're going to get to him. Just him.
We're all getting 10 million a piece. Andrew Schultz.
See, the money keeps going up. It's not
10 million.
And it's on my back.
Hands in there like that.
Yeah. He's not going to touch you.
He's not touching hands on his head. He's not going to be doing that. He's not doing that. Yeah, just hands on his head like that and go through.
I'm the biggest slave wench in society. I would feel like my name is Fizzy and I've got bantu knots and I'm naked with a bone in my nose and a plate in my lip. I would feel like I'd been reduced to the worst. I'll be Venus Hottentot. I'll be every black stereotype in town.
Oh shit!
Worshipping at the man's knees for 10 million. I could never. Oh my God. I would see.
Oh dear. That is so funny.
No way.
Nah, it's like we, as I said, we would be remaining in this space, man. Telling you straight.
Hell no.
We're still going to be here because I know Sade ain't doing it.
Sade ain't never. Nah, she ain't doing that shit. She ain't doing that shit. So unless you're putting yourself forward, it's not happening, Nana.
Hell.
And I think your husband would have something to say about that.
What about you guys in the chat? Would you do it for us?
Yes, you lot talking. They will say
for us.
No. It's a no for me.
Don't do that because that's like we're pimping people out. We're not like we just no. That's how it starts. No,
Ronald. None of us. Oh no, Nana said she'll sleep. But yeah, hold on. You didn't even answer. Oh no, not no. Sorry. Ronald said, but you'd sleep with Rupert Murdoch for 40.
That's what I said. She was still saying this.
I wasn't sharing that. That was like it was gonna be my money.
Right, you wouldn't be a lonely billionaire. You'd just be like,
I'm gonna give you some, but we're not splitting it 4 ways when I did the do.
Fine. No, that's fine. You need to have rich allies.
Yeah. I'll give you a couple of. How many months free membership would we get?
You're making me joke.
Oh, Ezra said anything for the
Yvonne.
Yay!
Thank you, Yvonne.
Thank you.
That's why you won the bag. You know that, innit? That's why you got the bag.
This is what I'm saying. You did.
Yvonne got a prize.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you so much. Oh my God.
Thank you. And if you have been gifted with membership, say thank you to Yvonne.
Yes, please.
If you wasn't a member before and you're in the chat, it usually does that. It goes to you. So,
and look, Yvonne is doing the good fight to keep us off people's dicks, right?
Yeah, you get membership for forever, a credit in the show, like we'll credit you as the show producer.
Yes. Yes. Head of production.
All the accolades.
Oh my gosh. I don't know where to go from here. I don't know where to go. The rest of the story is a bit serious. Okay, a little bit back on track. They're saying, well, that was absolute nonsense, guys. They were saying that there is going to be a triple-demic this winter. We're about to die. It's not funny, but it's like, how many more ways can they scare us? We're gonna have these things: RSV, COVID, and flus coming to attack us this Christmas.
What is RSV?
Let me get the words up for RSV. It is. Let me find it. If you
I've never heard of this one, RSV.
Let me find it.
I know I have heard of a few people saying that they've got COVID. Like I have been seeing that.
Happening.
I'm just recovering from COVID.
It has been happening.
Okay, so a triple-demic, a surge in flu, COVID-19, and respiratory syncytial virus, RSV. So respiratory syncytial virus, RSV cases is expected to hit this autumn and winter, prompting health authorities to urge eligible people to get their flu and COVID vaccines. Now it's flu and COVID vaccines. Bookings for these vaccines are now open. In England, with flu jabs available from October the 3rd for those aged over 65 and over, adults in clinical risk groups and social care workers. COVID boosters are also being offered to people over 65, care home residents, and those in clinical risk groups. For the first time, an RSV vaccine will be available, particularly for pregnant women and people aged 75 to 79. The NHS stresses the importance of vaccinations to help prevent serious illness and reduce hospital pressure during the winter months. Listen, fix the NHS. Don't talk about reducing pressure on the NHS. If you fix the NHS, pressure, it would be pressure, but it wouldn't be pressure that we have to inject ourselves with just discovered vaccines. Not having it.
What's the thing for this RSV? I've never heard of this. Like, when did this come along?
Let's find out. Let's see. I need to get rid of Andy King. He's still on my search. Where did RSV
come? Andy! Where can we find him? We need Andy.
I know you know what? Andy's fine, right? That was a signifier. Hold on, there's a big old thing about this. Since the pandemic began, we have learned a great deal, blah, 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 blah. RSV was first identified by Dr. Morris Hillerman in 1956, taken from a child with respiratory infection. Originally it was called chimpanzee coryza agent because we thought it originated from chimpanzees. Later it was found to be primarily a human virus. One day we're going to be living in the planet of the apes and then monkeys going to freaking kill us. Yeah, we keep blaming them for everything.
They're not going to kill us, but we're going to kill ourselves, like Planet of the Apes.
Or whatever the case. Yes, whatever the case, they're going to be running the earth, I tell you. Using the initials RSV because it's easier. Syncytial, whatever it's called, formation is a virus causing a cell-to-cell fusion or sticking together with the cells lining the respiratory tract. Okay, RSV spreads like a cold virus from person to person. It enters the body through the nose or eyes. It's usually from contact.
Oh my God, hold on. This report is done by Keeping Kids Healthy. I worked on Keeping Kids Healthy when I was on my when I was doing my internship in New York.
Okay.
Oh.
So nice. It just came out. I was like, oh, that's interesting. That's done by these people.
It enters the body through the through the nose or eyes, usually from contact with infected saliva, mucus, or nasal discharge. I mean, a runny nose would help. The virus is the most common cause of hospitalizations in children under the age of 1 year. For most children, RSV is like a cold, but for some it causes a chest cold or bronchiolitis. This is inflammation of the smaller lung tubes. 2 to 3 out of every 100 infants with RSV infection may require hospital stay. So it's like an exaggerated cold. This is a children's report. So this is about how it affects children. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, Mayo.
So they're saying this is on the rise as well. This thing, then COVID and flu.
Yes, but there's been talk about this. Look, this is Article 2021. So it's been going on. 2016, and then now they've got it. 2024. There's been lots of stuff. It's just a new thing that they want us to get into, be scared of, possibly.
Cher is gonna get it done. She said, "Yes, I'm getting my jabs whilst I have my smear, 3 in 1."
What? Cher? Okay, sorry. What, Cher?
Sorry. Because I know these jabs. It's like I'm not.
What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't understand. You're gonna have a smear and your jabs all in. What do you mean?
You go to the doctors one time.
Your legs are up here. You're gonna be jabbed by this. What's happening? Cher, please explain. I'm scared for you. But hold on. But first,
her legs shouldn't be up here though. If she's getting a smear and her legs are up here, something's wrong.
Is Andy the doctor?
I don't know what's going on when you're getting a smear, but that's not what it looks like when I get mine.
Is either Andy or Billy the doctor? Listen, no, Cher, do you have chest problems? Is that you're being very precautionary? Because I ain't touching a damn thing.
No,
I've got chesty problems. Since I had COVID, my chest has been a bit of a problem, but I'm not jabbing. Just not.
No.
I'm scared. I don't trust it. I am one of those people that I don't know what it would take for me to have a jab. I'd have to be presented with a case, because after I had COVID, for a second, I was like, what COVID, how it felt was one of the most scariest feelings I've ever felt and experienced. So I was very scared, but afterwards, I was like, yes, maybe I'll get the jab, but because some people who got the jab get COVID again, I was so scared of, if I did it and I got it again, I don't want to go through that again. Like that 10 days in bed was frightening. And then you
had it really bad.
It was horrible. I was out for the count.
But yeah, you had the COVID that was going around at that time. Like, I had it in 2021, innit?
Yeah, I got the first wave COVID.
What was insane about that? I was in a room with you and Todge. We shared the time when you lot got COVID. We were sharing a room, and I was fine. I was in between the two of you, and both of you had it, because Todge had it really bad as well. We both had the same strain. Yeah, and I was fine.
The Delta one, isn't it? You got it like those times.
We got the first wave or the second wave of COVID.
It wasn't the first wave.
The first wave.
It wasn't the first wave.
It had a new name. I think it was Delta.
Okay,
but
because
that was taking people out, like the Delta one.
Yeah.
And then
right, Anna.
What was it, like Omega or something? And then it was getting and it was getting more like flu, and then people were like, actually,
because when you had it, that's when they'd actually relaxed the rules of socializing.
Yeah.
Before that, it's like you couldn't have. So that's it. Like when that happened, we were at the event and the rules had just changed basically, and people were able to socialize again. And you got COVID really badly.
It was very scary. Lost loads of weight after. I didn't realize that's what we do, 10 days not eating and stuff. But that's the closest I got to getting a jab. And then I was like, if I get it again, I'll probably die, because I was like, yeah, it was horrible.
But didn't you have it again, but not that strain? Didn't you have it when you went to
Ghana?
You went away.
Yeah, I went to Ghana and got it. My daughter got it. And the thing is, Amma was around me. Like when I came home from when we got it from where we got it from. Coming home, it was like 2 days of post that event. Coming home, she was around me. Her and her boyfriend were around me. They didn't get it, and then when I started to go, I faded and went to bed. They didn't get it. So it was weird. But then she got it in Ghana. The cold strain is more like a cold. No, she acted quite bad, but she didn't realize what it was. And I drank from her, and I think that's what it was. But it felt like a head cold.
I had it for 1 day, and it was mild. I think the first day that I had it, and this is like later in it was like December when I got it. We went to a birthday party, and like everyone there got it. And my sister was sick, and she had tested, and that's what made me do a test. And my test came up negative. It's only when I went, he has to send off for the PCR and that stuff. It's that test that was positive, but my normal test came up negative. But I just knew that I had it because my sister had it. 1 day I felt bad, the next day I was fine. But it was more like a cold, or when you're starting to get flu. It wasn't really like, I definitely didn't have what you guys had.
I've never had
it. Mad how
although conspiracy theory hat on, I actually think that I had it before everyone started saying that they had it. Remember I was sick. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I've never been so sick in my life. I couldn't do anything. Like I was bedbound. No, it was in January before COVID broke.
Yeah, there's so many people that were sick around that time from December to January.
December to January.
People were just saying, I had a really bad flu
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when it was going around and people being like, I've got a really bad flu, the worst flu I've had.
Do you remember I came back from Morocco? It was them times. I came back and I was so sick. I had to get my cousin to like go and collect my daughter, and just I couldn't do anything. I've never been sick like that before ever.
I think it was COVID because when we were like, it possibly was COVID and we didn't have a name in that way.
Yeah, I really think that's what it was during that time.
Oh no,
Actually, nobody. No, my brother did. My big brother, the biggest brother, he had COVID, actually. But we was lucky through that whole time. Like no immediate family. Like I did actually lose a cousin. He died from COVID, but just my immediate family, nobody really suffered from it.
That's wild. I mean, it's good. It's a good thing.
We saw each other.
Same.
Like, we weren't following any of that, and it's like now I'm so glad that I didn't be like, oh, I'm not going to go around my mum. Like we're gonna have separate, like we're gonna really quarantine, because that would have been like the last few years.
One of my friends lost his dad, and they weren't able to go to the hospital. It was, that scenario of your family can't come and see it. Like one of my good friends, him as well, Quaya, lost his dad.
We lost my daughter's nan. That was horrible. That was horrible because it's like, because we, again, being suspicious of it. So my side of the family, my mum, she wasn't having it. She'll jab for fun. I'm going to tell her not to get the latest lot, but who knows? She's very, I'll take all the drugs, and nan we lost, she wasn't like that. She said, no, I'm not getting it. And it was just...
But remember, it wasn't a preventative. Like the jab wasn't to stop. People still got COVID. I know people who have been jabbed like 4 times and they still got COVID. And still like, bad as well.
They were putting it out there as a preventative, and they're putting it out there as if you get it, it's reduced. So that's the kind of the back and forth of mum, her reasoning was, which was fair dues. But my other mum didn't get it, and then we lost her, and it was wild. It was like going in the room like ET. We could go to the hospital. So, and going in the room, we had to like put the full thing on. It wasn't cool.
No scratching. Stop.
And then my daughter lost her. A good friend, younger, her friend and the dad got COVID. And
I remember that. I remember that when that happened.
She was in uni, so it was a uni friend.
Yeah.
I never forget, I just hearing her scream, and I was like, what? Yeah. Her friend had passed, and then also the friend's dad. They were both got it taken, and they both passed.
Sad.
So then, where I was done, all of us were talking about the conspiracy of it all. Is it real? What is it? Is it just? And then there was the moment like it's just a cold, but it was more than just it definitely wasn't just a cold, but it was where it originated from. Doctors playing, scientists playing. Was it Puppet Master? It wasn't like just a simple like whatever bats or whatever. It was definitely them. Well, allegedly, but I believe the scientists were playing about too much and took it too far.
I think it's come out now. I think there is enough reports to say it definitely did come from Wuhan. It was definitely from a lab. It had been made. They were experimenting with various different COVID strains.
Mm-hmm.
Where was the first cases? Wuhan. You have a lab there. It's like, yeah, you guys released it. And they'd been talking about a pandemic for like 15 years.
Planning it.
Like sort it all out. Like they've been talking about it for so long. They know what they're doing. Each time they put these things out. And then also within doing the lockdown and how they were treating COVID, there are so many other people that died through other things that took place down to the people that actually died from COVID. It's a full-on catastrophe. We should all be receiving, let's say, 100K compensation for what they did. And there's enough money circulating, they could pay us all. Because we all
the people, the COVID scandal, like the PPE scandal, should I say, like no one's really suffered from that. People have been made millionaires from that thing. People whose business was not in medical care or PPE started making companies and selling this shit but not selling it, and then there was so many unusable PPE out there because it just wasn't up to standards. and they made millions. They got contracts and made millions.
So you think Yvonne's saying if we went into lockdown earlier, the death rate wouldn't have been so high?
But you know what, Yvonne? There's so much info out there that is like the locking down didn't actually do anything because of all of the other knock-on effects that took place from locking us down, businesses that ended, people that went into depression. Like there's so many other effects. People died from
suicides as well. Actually, high rate of suicide.
Had a lockdown, and maybe they didn't need to do that. Maybe realistically, I think. If you're vulnerable, you probably did need to limit your access outside. But they didn't care about that because they were putting people who had COVID into nursing homes with old people who are vulnerable. So they didn't care.
Yeah. I don't know if I could say that. I mean, I appreciate it. In the end, even though I know lockdown was stressful for some, I kind of like the reset. I would not love another reset. I wouldn't mind a little moment where the world has to stop. So I understand when some people were saying that and it was misconstrued, but I get that. But I don't know where I stand on the lockdown thing as a preventative or a control method. I do think because I could say I was potentially vulnerable because I've got asthma and I've had sarcoidosis. I'm not sure why our friend Todgy got it in regards to was she? I don't know. Was she?
No, but I don't think that was the case. That was proven. It wasn't necessarily. You had people who were fit and healthy and had no ailments so it isn't just because you are more vulnerable why you got it.
No. So my point is, I'm saying that I am potentially was a vulnerable person, and then our friend who got it equally as bad wasn't potentially a vulnerable person. So my point is, I'm not sure that because you know that people were saying that just herd immunity, so just let everybody be together and it would have figured itself out. But I think if there wasn't a lockdown, there might have been a bit more death and. As a result, if we didn't have some sort of control of it, I don't know. I wasn't mad at the locking down. I think if I give the government some grace, how the hell would you have managed that? What was the right or wrong thing to do apart from the scammy shit that they did around it? Just actually, if you're as a decent leader, what the hell would have you done? How would you have handled something like that?
Practicing what you preach as well, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
exactly that. The same way they have freedoms, that's how you know that they're doing a shit job. Like because they were going in and having office parties
I understand that.
up and down the country. So how can we take it as serious as they were making it out to be when you guys are privy to all of this information and you're locking us down, but you ain't locked yourself down?
Yeah, locked yourself down.
How dangerous is it really?
I'm asking you what you would have done. I'm not asking. We know that they did.
I would have given advice to the most vulnerable people that you should probably limit your access to going outside. And also then you listen to the different types of scientists in terms of the ventilation, that they were using ventilation machines and buying ventilation machines. And lots of people were saying that will kill people. Like that isn't how you deal with this virus. But because it was a world standard, this is what we should all be doing. But the ventilation was killing people.
Yes.
So that would have changed the death rate. So it's all in the policies of, okay, we've decided we're only going to listen to these scientists, this particular type of science.
Yes.
Why are we doing that? When there is a whole nother respected community that are like, the way you're treating this is wrong. You will kill people who have this because you're ventilating them. So there's lots of different ways. I'm not going to be beholden to Fauci, who was working in Wuhan. Why am I going to listen to the dude that constructed this fool? Like it's a madness. So yeah, there needed to be some actual sovereignty and not following like a sheep, like we're all going to do this together. If we really want the people to not think that this is planned.
Yeah.
That you didn't all get together and plan this. There needed to be some individual countries. This is how we are dealing with it.
I think that global rule of thumb everyone should have been left. I get the kind of, okay, we've got a global community. We kind of need to put that bunker down. But because all the governments are so corrupt in different levels of power and stuff like that. But in the ideal world, it shouldn't have been a problem for everyone to hunker down and say, how do we solve this? But because egos and power got in the mix, and money and finances and politics, it just became like a circle jerk, as we say, of who can control this and who runs the distribution of how this should go.
It became about finances, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And politics and finance.
Bless me. It became about finances. It was about money, wasn't it? Like, who's going to remember? Like, at first, it was like, oh, the COVID vaccine was being made by a certain amount of people, and then it was like, oh, Johnson and Johnson have made a COVID vaccine, or whoever it was. You know, it became financial.
Yeah,
it saw pound signs in it.
And then you had all of the misinformation that actually taking it prevents the spread, because if you don't take it, then you're okay to spread it.
Yeah,
and then you had the shaming, the COVID, the people that didn't take the vaccine, the shaming, to the point where if you'd be careful about who you said, oh, I haven't been vaccinated in front of.
Oh, I was straight up lying. Why cabin asking me? They were always asking, vaccinated? Yes. Definitely.
Yeah, got to a point you had to
certain events that we would go to. I'm not even going to say how I got into them because, you know, but certain events, that's what they would ask for.
Where's KW? What did KW say about her sister? Look, my sister was the only one of my 9 siblings to have jab, and she has a clot on the lung. Everyone else is healthy.
Oh, that's so sad.
Really sorry to hear that, KW.
Sorry to hear that.
Too many stories like that, though. Too many people actually now having health issues, which was always something that we were talking about at the time when we would be discussing who's going to get the vaccine back in 2020 and 2021. I was always like, you've come up with something in response to this. I'm not going to be a guinea pig for it.
No.
Yeah, I remember us having those conversations a lot.
Necessary for me to be able to travel, which is what a lot of people was. I'm getting it because I want to be able to travel. I was like, no.
I know so many people that got it so that they could travel. So many people. I remember even like when my gran passed away. This is like the end of COVID, I would say. But Grenada was still pretty much in lockdown. Like unless you were a citizen, you couldn't go there. If you weren't vaccinated. And then, so because I've got Grenadian citizenship, I was able to go. But even when I went for the first, I couldn't come out of my own space for the first, it was about 10 days. I mean, we were isolated.
Yeah, he was in isolation. Yeah.
Do you remember? Yeah. That was mad. Couldn't go nowhere. Literally from the airport, straight into accommodation. And I had to do an assessment before I got there. And at the time when I was trying to get there, my gran was still alive, bless her. But they had assessed my gran's house because I was like, look, there's spaces that I can separate from her. And they said, no, you can't go there. You're gonna have to go somewhere else. So that's another reason why I had this this apartment. And then 10 days. And then I had to wait for the government to send someone round to actually say that you were able to go out. It was a lot. They did a lot.
Sister and I, yes, they really fought. I think globally they were pissed it didn't desecrate Africa so they could charge and take over. Worse. Listen.
Do you remember them being like, how come as well? Do you remember that? They were like, how come? It was actually in all the black countries across the globe because the Caribbean didn't suffer. I remember when we were looking at the list, the ratio of like numbers, the Caribbean was really low, Africa was really low. And they were like, how come? What's going on? Why?
Exactly. Literally annoyed. Well, it's not affecting Africa. It's not affecting the blacks.
No, and then they tried to spin it round, and it was like, actually, you're more susceptible to it.
Yes, that's what they say. You need to get the vaccine because you're more susceptible.
And then the poverty came in. Like if you're from broken, impoverished areas, you're going to get COVID. And then the thing is, you just can't believe the stats. It could have been that because if you don't get access to proper healthcare and they just fling you in the bed and putting a ventilator on you and not doing due care, you are going to succumb to it. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, it's news. Keep an eye out, guys. There's a bunch of bugs out there. I mean, just be safe anyway. If you feel like you want to take the jab.
And also remember what we kept saying last time when it was like, wash your hands. Why don't you do that?
Listen, I was so devastated. I was pissed the day that all the sanitizer went out of the window. They now no longer have sanitizer everywhere. I loved those days when the shops were cleaner. London was cleaner because London's dirty.
It was so much cleaner. Remember, like the whole cleaning stations?
Yes.
You could go shopping in it and people would be there. Cleaning the thing.
Before you use the trolley.
Around in gloves. We could have stayed like that. That was
I wouldn't have minded those things. Those things I wouldn't have minded at all.
Sorry,
and like even like on the trains and stuff, how people were the cleaning schedules. I appreciate the cleaning schedules.
People can be so judgmental. I had the jabs as I'm clinically vulnerable, but some of my family were skeptical for understandable reasons. People assume selfish reasons, but it's not that simple. I understand. Like I asked, just to be clear, like I said, if you're vulnerable, there's differences. Everyone has their reasons.
It's like you said, Aquaria, when you said, I think there was a misunderstanding about people assuming that it was a cure and it's going to stop you from getting it, but it definitely helped some people not get it so badly. But so as I said, I know someone that had to isolate for the majority of the time.
Trust me, I was scared. I was because I knew I had asthma. That definitely played on me. And my daughter's got asthma, my mum's got asthma. So we did the whole thing, visiting mum, and we stayed on the doorstep. We didn't go in. We sat on her balcony and on her landing, and she wouldn't let us come in the house.
Listen, I used to cuss my brothers. I used to be like, if you're going around mum, you better just make sure, because my mum's had issues. So it's just like, just make sure you know who you're going around. If you know you're going around people and they're like not doing what they're meant to be doing, I beg you don't go near mum. Don't do it.
Precautions you can take. No matter what, there had to be precautions you needed to take. But no judgment at all.
No judgment at all.
Standard in it, because it is that thing. Things are still going around. Somebody's really sick. It's just like chill. Yeah, we don't know, and also you don't know what you have underlying within yourself. That just that all sickness can then aggravate a whole load of other shit that was just waiting for the right recipe. So we all have to go about and be a little bit more cautious. I hate it when I'm on the train and somebody is coughing. Most of the time, I will just get up and move. Speaking of around here, because TB goes around, so
that's true.
Speaking of recipes,
we're 3 hours in. What are we saying?
I thought we was coming to a close.
Do you know what I mean? She's gone on to her next subject.
You haven't said anything, so I thought we'd keep going.
It's 3 hours in. I'm hungry, and you're showing me food. Are you all right? Do you not know me? Do you not know what I'm like when I'm hangry?
Well, what's going to happen is we can wrap it up, but they're going to ban fast food ads after 9 because they've had enough. Do you think it will stop people from getting a burger? Yeah.
Oh, let's be real. People are streaming shit, isn't it? They're going to ban it after 9 o'clock.
Oh, wait, sorry, my bad. UK to ban fast food ads before 9.
Oh, okay, fair for the kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm from going to the chicken shop, but
a ban on junk food adverts on TV before 9 p.m. will come into effect from 1st of October 2025. I don't know why it takes that long. The UK government gets for contracts to run out. The UK government confirmed. This ban aimed at reducing childhood obesity includes a total ban on paid for online adverts. It was initially proposed by the Conservatives in 21, but delayed to give businesses more time to prepare. Health Minister Andrew Gwynn said the restrictions will protect children from unhealthy food advertising. The ban was part of Labour's manifesto, and the Royal Society for Public Health supports it as a step forward. A step toward better childhood nutrition. What is it? That's it.
You know what? Will Smith go, exactly. What about food delivery?
Yeah.
Uber Eats, I'm minding my own business and it will pop up. And then before I know it, I'm in the app and I'm scrolling, looking at stuff to eat, like unnecessarily. So yeah, if they banned it all, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, for real, it is a bit too late now because the kids are big.
Yeah. And that's that. It's a little story.
Yvonne, go away. She said midnight. You're not doing this to us again. Yvonne. Yvonne, you got you with the accent. Yvonne.
Tell us about your goodie bag. You've got things to do and use. Let's see how
you're not tired.
I didn't even look inside the bag, you know. Oh, I wish
I didn't look in the bag either. What was in the bag?
Tell us what's in the bag, Yvonne. And send us a picture of the bag. I didn't even take a picture of it. So I should have taken a picture.
Why are you making me want to go into my app now? Because I
swear
I got a notice pop up about
yes,
or something. I'm not doing it.
Sorry, Ronald. We meant to do that.
Yeah. Oh, did you? I forgot about the Black Indigenous.
I ain't doing that. I'm signing off for the minute.
It's too long to go into it now. Sorry. We definitely will do it next week. I will get all of the bits together.
Yvonne said, oh no, sorry. Oh yes, sorry. There were Ovaltine biscuits on the bus. There was Ovaltine biscuits in there. What else was there, Yvonne? There was, I want you to say it. Thank you. Yeah, my daughter helped me. She's keep reading out what was there.
What is this? Chris Eubanks?
Yeah, his son's been getting into some problems.
Now, listen, why are you not trying to find stories to talk
I
about?
know. He's been arrested and charged now.
Yeah, I put it in the group, Nana, earlier on today.
I saw it in the week.
It's disgusting anyway. Whichever he's trying to say it's consensual. So it's a Chris Eubanks' son has been arrested for like rape.
Oh no, he's got it up. He was found not guilty.
No, this is a new one, isn't it?
No, he actually got away with it. His thing came out today.
He's found not guilty.
He's found not guilty. So this is what's insane about it. He's saying it was consensual. Yeah, the girl's 16.
Wait, hold on.
He's
Let's have a look.
27. What's he dealing with anyway?
Joseph Eubank found not guilty of raping teen. A 27-year-old man, Joseph Eubank. Is it okay? Joseph Eubank had denied raping the 16-year-old when she was out celebrating her friend's birthday on the 22nd of July. In 2022. The girl was so drunk she couldn't see straight, but he's been found not guilty. The jurors returned a unanimous verdict. He's a son of Chris, unboxing legend Chris Eubank Sr. Judge Christine Lang KC said, "You need to think about your behavior. You need to reflect on what you did that night. It was not decent behavior in any way, shape, or form." Joseph's life is said he was initially giving evidence on Wednesday. Mr. Eubank said that he had initially approached the teenager because she was attractive, and that their encounter was all very fluent and all very consensual. The body language was very clear. Mr. Eubank told the court. There were smirks, smiles, intense looks that we were sharing, showing we were both attracted to each other. He said that he had not been drinking the night of the alleged attack. He also told the court he believed she was around uni age, and that while she did stumble one time as they walked to the beach, it was not a drunken stumble. The teenager said he had initially been friendly but became more aggressive, moving her quickly down the beach. She said she didn't realize he had pulled her down to the bottom of the groins near the sea at about 11:30, where he forced her down, the jury was told. He's been found not guilty, so we cannot say, but I don't understand.
The situation is wild behavior for a man of his age to be looking at a girl that young, and she's 16. How much older could she have looked? So you think she's in uni, yeah? You were still 26, but you were thinking she was in uni 18 to 21. Still, why are you picking up chicks with your age and your family responsibilities and your ties? Why are you doing that? And why are you sexing somebody on Brighton Beach and leaving them there? Like, none of this is like, as the person said, it's very undecent behavior, and you put yourself in a position to be accused of some shit. So I would love to get away with it.
I want to understand what the jury heard, because obviously this is an excerpt, this is quotes, this is not. There's a trial. We don't have to, but I guess we understand that it's a jury of their peers. There's going to be 10 people or whatever on the jury that's going to make a decision. So
I guess it's
probable doubt, in it. Is it probable doubt?
There is an element of that, because how with even both of the stories, she's 16, she's not underage. She walked with him. It's at the point of where she's saying he forced me there at that moment in time, and I didn't realize what was going on, and him saying there was no forcing. It's like, how do you prove the separation in that with no witnesses? And if there's no marks of like a real aggression taking place, I can see if you're sitting on the jury, you may be like, yes, this encounter was inappropriate, but can I say it's rape?
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt.
And what was the dynamics of the lawyers versus lawyers? Did she have a good lawyer? I don't understand where it got, because also she wasn't all the way drunk. She stumbled, but not in a drunk way.
That's what he's saying.
That's what I'm saying. Just saying that sounds wild. But again, they would have had to have dissected that. So then how do they dissect that he's been found not guilty. So
I mean, and also most rape cases are found not guilty as well. Because of the level of things that you have to prove.
Yeah,
so
and that's why a lot of people don't come forward.
Yeah.
What was Cara saying?
16 should be underage. I agree. I think it should be as well.
I think so.
Me too.
I mean, oh God, it should be. Because of the predatory nature, but there's 16 and I wonder if we knew at 16 though. I didn't do it at 16, but if we knew at 16, it's illegal. Because I know people are having sex at 14. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think the age stops anything. It's not like that. It's like
you pause for thought.
Have sex at 11, but I think for situations like this, if you have the legal age of consent, should be an adult at 18. It stops this grey area of that college, or sometimes you're still in secondary school. You're just in year 12 and 13. Like you're still a kid.
Yeah. Again,
year 11. You could be in year 11 and be 16.
Yes, exactly.
So I think for me as well, it removes all of that and it stops these people who are older being like, oh, it's okay because they're legal.
Yes.
You know, if you're 10, 15 years older, you shouldn't legally be able to take advantage or whatever, not take advantage. But I think it is wrong for you to have a relationship with someone just because they are the legal age of 16. You can't even vote at 16, but you can have sex. You can't vote. You can't buy cigarettes. You can't buy alcohol. You can't even drive a car, but you can have sex at 16. It's wild.
Cher saying, I don't know what you're talking about between Will and Cher. He's hardly a name though, but his dad is.
Yeah, his dad. He's not. I mean, the family is known in Brighton. Yeah. That's a given. Like, as in he weren't ringing out like, let's say, obviously, Jr. Definitely not. He's not a boxer or anything like that. But even in the same way, not a lot of people knew Seb, but you knew him. He was popular.
Yeah.
So within Brighton, this one is popular as well. He's a popular guy. Like he's known.
That's true. KW, there are. I mean, I was just exploring it because it's all about the adults. It's all about.
He was too old. He's too big to be doing those antics.
So what are you looking at? Uni age. What is uni age? Because uni age is 17.
What are you doing with your life, bro? Like, what are you out and it's wild. I wonder. I don't know. This is just sad and distressing for this poor girl as well.
Right.
So this is the news that I had food, I had pandas, and you lot wanted to end on this. You know, do we go back to Andy? Do you lot need to watch Andy?
I need to. Where's our mate? Where's our mate? What's his name?
Oh, should we see what Shaquille is up to?
Let's see what he's up to. Let's end on him.
Let's end on the Shaquilleism.
Shaquille. Yeah. Let's see if he's been making some content.
Staring deeply into the mic.
Who's Louisa Lytton, who was voted UK's sexiest woman at 16? Who's Louisa Lytton?
I've never heard of that.
That's freaking.
I don't know who she is, but that's disgusting. But Sam Fox was 16, wasn't she, when she started Page 3?
I thought she may have actually been younger, you know, for Sam Fox.
15 or 16, isn't it? She was young. I know that much. She was young.
They used to lie about what they were, and sometimes they didn't mind. They would just be like, it's fine.
Even Jordan.
Yeah.
It's age 16, she began appearing as a topless model on Page 3 of British tabloid newspaper.
Who's that? Sam Fox?
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you she was young. I remember.
It was grimy when they were doing Page 3. Like the level of
Page 3 was wild, you know.
Do you remember the fight in the Outlast of like they didn't want to end it and like people are outraged that they're gonna end Page 3. Yeah. It's in a normal paper. There's boobs.
I've got brain fog. Oh shit! I've got brain fog.
over.
Oh, here we go. Look,
Ronald. Gosh, I couldn't get it. Sorry, I just wanted to ask Ronald. Can you put in the chat if any American papers had a page for like a tits out
Like
picture of a woman, like with their boobs out in a national paper, because we did in the UK. All right,
it was a tabloid, but yeah, national paper.
Okay, let's hear what she
ready.
That. How dare I open up and talk about what men go through? Man up. We just hide our pain behind smiles and useless nights out. And call everybody bro. We feel like we don't have any brothers.
Jesus Christ.
And the only time we do have brothers is when it comes to street violence or crime. It's the only time we really unite. It's the only time we really come together. And when you really look at that, it's like we're uniting for the wrong reasons. There's always an agenda to why somebody's doing that. That's why it hurts us so deeply when you've got a woman who is kind of like your best friend. Because you open up to her so much. And whether we've messed up or whether they've messed up, that's not the point. I feel like most men that I've seen go through a breakup, it hits them really, really badly. But how dare we say that?
Wait, can I just say something? Okay. Right. I now know that mic's not on. It's not on. Because it's the mic's not on. Yeah, and he's not talking to anyone. He's in a room by himself. The mic's not on. Yeah. He's got an earbud in and he's talking on his phone. The mic's not on. Because why is the mic so close? We record. Yeah, every time, every week we record. Why is the mic like this to his face? Why is it so close to his lip? It's so close to his lip. And then like he's edited it, like something must have happened. The mic must have fallen because it's not on. And then the next clip, you see the cut, and then it moves slightly, and then it goes back.
It's down. Wait. Well, but this time he's talking to men.
Yeah, well, I think let me read his caption. What does he say? Sometimes they don't think it don't. They think it don't hurt.
Think it don't hurt when we go for a breakup. Why do we think it don't? We know it hurts, you guys. We know. Yes, Yvonne. Mike's on, but no one's home.
No one's home.
Is this what we watched? I think this is a new one.
Fortress, where I will give one-to-one sessions to women, where I'll offer group sessions, lives, and hundreds of hours of various topics based on what men want, what men don't want. The men you need to go for, the men you need to stay away from. If you want a particular type of man, this is how you get him. This is how you attract him. This is how you keep him. When you become a member of the Fortress, you will have the chance to come on retreats and trips and little getaways just to clear your mind and to become in your soft, ladylike energy. Inside the Fortress, there are giveaways. Some of them are actually listed in the link above. It could be perfume, it could be makeup, it could be spa treatment, it could be therapy. There are various types of gifts, but this is only if you are a Fortress member. If you want to become a member of the Fortress, all you have to do is click the link in the bio, click on Fortress Academy, sign up, and then I will see you on the other side, and I'll give you an amazing welcome. I decided to create.
This is cool. Listen. It says, "Come be a lady of the Fortress." You know, he wants us to step into our ladylike era. Can we see how many people have signed up for this now? Because we looked before. Let's see what's on now.
There's more. If he's gone up in number,
it's gonna have more. People are crazy.
And you get one. I don't know. I know what to do, Shaquille. Honestly, it could be a Bridgerton theme party. You're damn right. You're damn right. It'll be like
it will be that.
Members.
Huh?
He's lost some. He was on 104. I'm sorry, I was sharing the wrong link. Let me go back to share the right one.
He's talking, but there is no topic. He's lost 2. 2 members, or was he's lost 2?
No, we're only on 104.
Oh, I don't know. He's lost 6.
Yeah, because we were doing the maths. We were saying that's like X amount of money.
35 a month.
Because £35.
He's lost some.
Mate, what is the time?
Oh, time for bed. That's what it is.
There we go. That was your weekly dose of Shaquille.
Thank you so much.
Advertising a cult, sister. It is a cult.
She needs to stop. She's saying, would we go on the fortress for 10 million?
Do you know what I would? 10 million.
10 million.
I'd go to that. Easy.
Yeah, I'd go to that.
Easy.
All up in that academy.
Yeah, I'd just be cussing. I'd get kicked out after about 30 minutes.
No, because I played a game for 10 mil, minor things.
No,
what if he welcomes you with a kiss? But
it sounded like a threat.
Yeah.
You know his lips are wet as well. You know this man's got wet lips.
I thought. No, did you see what I said it was in the goodie bag? No, Yvonne, where did you put it? Let's come back. She said what was in the goodie bag. We'll wrap on that.
It's payday. The number will go up over the weekend. You're a oh my God.
I didn't see the comment, Yvonne. It's way back.
Yeah, sister, it definitely is incel vibes. I don't know what this guy is.
It's a cult, man. I'm telling you. It's definitely a cult.
This is what she got.
3 plantains, 1 Fanta orange, 1 Supermalt, 1 cup, an Aunties cup, a loofah, biscuits, peanuts, and plantain chips. That is the Auntie special goodie bag.
I'm so happy it's together. It's very black. All the things. Oh no, there could have been a spice in there as well. Okay, but anyway. Guys, that's been news and nonsense. We love you. We love you. We love you. Thank you for riding with us. And a Ghana must go home. Yes, Ghana must go back. Love you lots. Thank you. And thanks again to everyone who came down to the live show. It was so good.
Really appreciate it. It was so much fun.
In the flesh. And yes, there you go. Seasonal and coconut cream. That was what was in there.
Oh, you was like doing, okay, I'm doing proper.
I mean, I'm just going to say, you had a budget, and this sounds like it was over the budget that you had. So don't send the receipts.
I wasn't going to, actually. I wasn't actually
Don't send them.
I'm very excited.
And don't just deduct from payments either.
I wasn't going to do that.
I'm joking. Come on.
But yes, we love you guys. Thank you so much for exploring the crazy world of news and nonsense, because there's a lot of news and a lot of nonsense out there.
Let me just get the link for next month.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, do that.
Look, night aunties, Yvonne, thank you again. Andy works hard, but Yvonne works harder to keep us up. Yes.
She does. She does. We see you, you know, Yvonne. We see you.
I want Andy's lounging in someone's lap somewhere.
Taking one for the team.
Yeah. Andy, you can stop now. No, it's okay. I'll do it. I'll have one for the bank.
Maybe we can hire him to take one for the team for us.
Literally, he does. We need an Andy.
That's a good idea.
Right link.
Okay, is that the right link? We have our Halloween live on the 31st of October. Book your tickets now, guys.
Do it. Costume is not compulsory, but it's appreciated.
Oh, hang on. I think it's doing the wrong thing.
I'm tired as hell, man. I have
Okay, I will put it in the description because I can't seem to get to the right one.
Repeat, 31st of October. That's Thursday, the 31st of October. Market House, 7 p.m. Don't be late. Wear a costume. It's Halloween.
I will be dressed as the Black Fairy.
I will be dressed as the Caribbean Queen.
In my mind, I envisioned a witch. I'm just going to be a witch. I'm going to be a witch auntie.
So then you can just go as yourself. See, you got the laugh and everything.
KW says I'll be there.
Yay! Yay! Excellent.
Come on, girl. I willingly gave you my Friday afternoon again. Oh, bless you.
Bless you,
Bless
Ronald.
you.
Leah is in London. It's Market House, Brixton. But you know what? We did have people travel down from various parts of the country, so you could just come down, come and see us. You know.
Do you know what we need when we do this more? When we start getting bigger, what we'll start to do is like coach trips.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could get a coach. This from Birmingham, let's say. We'll put on an Aunties coach to come to an event.
Okay.
I can see it happening.
Yeah, yes.
Come and join us.
No.
Right,
it's time to go to bed now.
Turning it into a praise and worship.
She is.
Sign up.
Let's get Fortress Man off because it's like we're trying to tell people to sign up.
Oh my
for
God. Dress up as Shaquille and bring a mic. That man will go crazy.
Imagine if he buys a ticket and he turns up.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you guys come down.
Yes, come.
It was such a vibe.
Yeah.
And next month will be even better.
It was so good. Yeah.
Oh, Kara's saying he wants to be the James to my. Is that what you said? James to my Fuad. Oh no! Yay! Sister just put a ticket.
Oh, thank you.
Excellent.
Can't lie, just get so
You are always
little
supporting
pop-up
us.
thumbs. Thank you, sister.
Oh, thanks, Yvonne.
Thank you.
And let us know, like DM us, like what you think. If you think we can improve something, let us know.
If there's something that you want us to do as well,
yes,
let us know.
Yes. Cool. All right, guys.
All right.
Good night, y'all.
Bye.
Good night. Good night.
Bye.